Alright. Hopefully you can hear me. I'll just test the chat here. Alright. Hopefully you can hear me. Alright, let's see. See if Twitch chat works. Okay, well, the overlay has my Twitch chat at least. Not sure how to set it up for YouTube chat as well, but it's fine. What is up? We're doing some Mega Bonk runs. Yeah, I'm just taking a look. I think we'll do some bandit runs to start out. I liked having those. I'll take that off. Nope, nope, nope. Katana, black hole. Yeah. Let's try bandit. Force tier 3. Alright. Send it. Figure out a way to get up there. That's where all the stuff is. Well, it's not going to be that way. So let's go hit these with those cursed totems. We're going to take attack speed. XP tome. Love to see it, my beloved. Yeah, they're both up there. Unless, is there something that I'm missing? No, I'm just being silly. Oh, that's just a drop off. Forbidden juice, okay. I'd love to see an anvil. That'd be pretty crazy. Movement speed, sure. Okay, we'll take the luck tome too. I'd love to see a katana actually. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna kill that thing. Man. Alright, you know what? We're gonna reset, I think. Do you think you can get number 1? Possibly. Possibly. I mean, it comes down to the luck, right? I mean, that was my first, like, run of the day, so I'm still warming up. I just started. I'm not sure why my YouTube chat's not coming up on stream. I might just turn the chat overlay off, honestly. I'll just figure that out for the next one. Yeah, I'm live on Twitch as well. My link should be in the description, or my channel. Let me... TV... That is my Twitch channel. Alright, so what are we looking for here? We're looking for katana, we're looking for XP tome, we're looking for green dots on the minimap. I mean, that's what I'm running right now. It's still obviously it's viable, it's fine. There's more optimizations to it as far as I wasn't very good with my banishes and skips in that, but I'm trying to be a little more principled with those now, where I'm saving my banishes for my items, my legendary items. I'm saving my skips for my level ups, and I'm saving my rerolls for my Maui heads when I find those. Ooh, almost didn't make that. I see a charge shrine, a boss shrine in the distance. Is doing the void glitch on the final boss considered an exploit? What do you mean by the void glitch? Is that where you just stay, like, unhittable, essentially? Because I believe that would be considered an exploit. I mean, it is. I don't think... I mean, no one's gonna get, like, banned for doing stuff like that. Unless it's, like, they're intentionally trying to, like, grief the leaderboards, and they might just, like, wipe their data or their save data or some shit, but... XP's fine. But I don't think anyone's gonna get, like, in trouble. We do want the Flame Walker. Alright, we're gonna take it. What do you got for me? I'll take the key. That's pretty good. Would have loved to see a wrench. Is this game a one-man team? Yeah, it's, how do you say his name? Like Venadav or something? Something like that. It's just one guy. It seems like he's made some, like, other Unity games in the past, but this one's been, like, a passion project. Size tome, okay, so we're 2 out of 4 and 1 out of 4 respectively for weapons and tomes. No, but this was number 5 on Steam yesterday when I checked in the sales chart, so it's doing insane for a one-person job. I think he posted on Twitter the other day saying, like, he had over 1 million downloads as well, which is crazy. Yeah, I think Schedule 1 had a little more going on with it, but it's also, like, we'll wait and see. He's already pushed, like, different patches for this. Oh, that sucks. I had a shield, it's okay. He's already pushed a couple patches for this game, but he's working on, some different, like, I guess, I don't know, content patches currently. And I think he's trying to, like, bundle it into one big update that he can push. Oh, okay. Alright, another key. Doesn't really help me too much. I don't want to take another Curse Totem just yet, because I'm kind of weak. And I could just be dead. And I have the Curse Shrine, or the Curse Tome as well. But yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll have to just see what happens. Thankfully, it seems like we're in a pretty good, like, I don't want to say golden age, I might be overstating it a little bit, but a good time to be getting into, like, roguelike games and roguelites. Okay, we need to get away from this side of the map. This run's really not going anywhere. Of course I get the XP tome now. It's fine. We're gonna reset. Hope for a better start. Why would you tease me like that? Put me right next to 2 green dots that I can't even reach. Oh, and it's a yellow hat and charge shrine. Okay, we need to get some gold before we even decide to go check out what's in there. Oh my god, another shady guy. What the hell? Okay, we'll see. I mean, cheese would be really good. We're just gonna take Dex. Using Curse Dagger. You mean, what, the Joe's dagger? Yeah. Another beefy ring from a regular shop. That's kind of insane. Instead of the flame, like a black sword with red around it. Oh! No, no, no. I'm actually not a big fan of that sword. It's fine. Like, there's nothing, like, really crazy wrong with it, but... We have the moldy cheese. I'm gonna take moldy cheese. It just doesn't, like... It just doesn't seem the way to go. Katana's better... Skip. For just straight up damage, close range. The Executioner's good because it executes and it comes with Bandit. And then you have things like the Black Hole that we use in the late game to use with Joe's daggers to crit everything, and then the Flame Walker helps with like an area of effect with a bunch of projectiles. Which Aura doesn't use projectiles, so it doesn't benefit from the projectile count stuff, but the Flame Walker does, and it gives you a lot more on-hit effects. $64 mins with it. Oh, do you mean the character, like Sir Chadwell? There's like an exploit with him currently that I don't know how to do, and I don't really... Oh my god, another yellow hat. Okay, wait. Hold up. Okay, yeah, let's get some projectile count. Start doing some damage. Let's see what this guy has. What is that? What is that? What is that shady guy? That's like the perfect shady guy. Wait, what do I take? I can only choose one of these. Oh no. Fuck, I think it has to be the lamp. I think it has to be the lamp. Okay, wait. We're gonna see what the other guy has first. Let me get this charge shrine. And there's an item there. Holy shit. Okay, 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 okay. Chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out. Fucking hate these zombies. Okay, we're gonna have to just leave that item for now. Okay. I'm not even mad that we lost the run. I'm mad that I don't know what the other guy had. You know what I mean? Like, it's the curiosity that just fucking gets me. Oh shit, that sucks. Could you imagine if the other guy had like another, or like anvil and magnet or something? Just had the other items. Alright, let's see. Do we get... Yeah, shady guys are fucking probably my favorite part of the game. Maui heads are awesome, but shady guys, like, I'm almost never disappointed to see one. Unless when I don't have gold. You know what's funny? I don't even remember getting shield. Must have been what I just got. XP gain? Okay. Alright, so we got the boss shrine, Maui head. Let's pick up some jars and check out over here. Then we can go to that side of the map. Alright, well, it takes it out of the pool. Another Maui head, we got another chance. Let's pick up these jars first. I like the sound the black hole makes, because it's like... Alright. The Buster. Okay, I'm not going to choose difficulty immediately. I don't want those. Okay, do I take the credit card or the slurp gloves? What are we thinking? I'm thinking slurp gloves. I think those are pretty good. But credit cards like crazy luck. Like and it's early on, so it's just gonna build. I'm gonna go credit card. And the XP tome early on. Wait, okay. Okay, now I gotta actually play good. Let's kill some enemies. What do we got down there? Kill that guy. Okay, we'll level up the XP tome. Is that another Maui head already? We're just gonna take the wrench, save some gold. Alright, Burger, I hate you. Let's get this charge shrine and then we'll hit the challenge. Power up drop chance. Okay. Get a key, that's pretty good. Let's see what the shady guy's got for us. Moldy cheese, very nice. Alright, save some gold up. We'll take the Executioner upgrade. We'll need a little more damage right now. We're gonna take attack speed. Alright, do this charge shrine. Okay, these bees are annoying. XP gain. Alright, bob and weave, bob and weave, bob and weave. Oh, another shady guy. Don't mind if I do. Red credit card, that's pretty good. Okay, so we're pretty weak right now still. And the stone golems are here. Oh my god, more Maui head. How do I... Oh, it's that way I get up there, huh? I don't have that moldy cheese. I can go back and get it. Yeah, you know what? Let's go back and get it, actually. Oh, let's kill this guy if we can. Oh, not even gonna greet it. Moldy cheese, carry me. Oh, don't get caught. Don't get caught. Okay, there's an item. There's a swarm about to come. I should get this before the swarm comes. Katana's great. Golden shield, it's fine. I'm not running Kevin, so it's gonna do pretty much nothing. Let's pick up his heart. I don't even have any difficulty yet. What is going on? Oh no. Alright. Should probably focus on killing some guys to start. Alright, challenge and a charge shrine. What we got over there? A Maui head. Power up multiplier. Power up drop chance is good. Power up drop chance is actually probably one of the best things to get if you can. I'm actually gonna skip feathers for now. Thing is, Executioner early on, like by itself, is kind of a bad weapon. Like we're using Bandit for the attack speed. Okay, there's the boss shrine. Power up drop chance, very good. Luck Tome, get some shield. You know what? We're gonna drop down. We're gonna try and get this. Okay, no we're not. What the fuck, dude? Alright, not getting the upgrades we want either. Damage to elites, we might have to take that. Watch is fine. Alright, let's see. Got 3 charge shrines, Maui head. Let's go check that out. Wrench is good. We got a few charge shrines coming up. And we got zombies. Love it. Love zombies. I love zombies. Okay, gonna have to go around to get to those charge shrines. Oh my god, they're not even one shot. Okay, we're gonna take another wrench. Alright, let's try heading up this way and picking up these charge shrines. And we got Chunkum, that's good. I'd much rather chunk them than the stone golems. We're gonna have to take the executioner there. Got zombies coming up the wall. Lifesteal. And it's bees. Alright, probably resetting this run. Actually, yeah, I'm definitely resetting this run. There's no point. Alright, let's see what's behind us. It's a magnet. Alright, we gotta turn around. Got a charge shrine down there and a challenge shrine. I'm looking for early katana and XP or luck tome. Okay, that's the boss shrine. Okay, that's the XP tome. I love when the pots line up like that you can just grab them on your way while bee hopping. You don't have to break your momentum. Oh, it's a wrench. It's pretty good. We're going to take the executioner first. Size. There's a microwave. They need to make it so you can jump off of enemies when you land on them, because I get stuck on an enemy so easily. Alright, green credit card, very nice. I heard an item. Attack speed. So Maui head, bro. It's pretty weak power-ups. Let's see if this Maui head has anything better. Moldy cheese, I'll take it. Okay, we're gonna take the slurp gloves. I'm going to take XP tone. Okay, actually I'm taking that part. Oh, there's no point, because I'm just going to die to that. Echo Shard, great. Alright, gotta play very carefully now. Power up drop chance is great. Katana, very good. Alright. Just go XP game. I'm pretty strong right now. We'll do armor. Wrench is good. If I remember correctly, there's an item somewhere over here. Yep. That's fine. An extra projectile on the katana. Let's do some damage to chunk him. We'll take the luck tone. Alright. Let's be careful, pick this item up. Another wrench, that's great. We have enough gold to start opening some more chests. Okay, that's fine. Alright, now we just gotta keep it moving. We'll grab black hole. I don't have a shield yet, do I? Okay, yeah, we need to hit more charge shrines. Alright, we're gonna go lifesteal here. Love a free item. Alright, what are we gonna microwave here? I don't think we microwave anything, really. Maybe another Echo Shard? No, we can't do that. It's not the right microwave. Okay. We'll definitely grab this. Could grab the lightning staff. Oh, don't die, don't die. Upgrade the black holes a little bit. Grab this. Summon these. Curse Tome. Good. Like a red credit card. What do we have over there? Okay, let's not get stuck and play dumb. Alright, Scarf is fine. Because we'll be hopping around anyways. Grab another Echo Shard. There's a magnet. Alright, let's get this challenge going. Let's not get stuck. Let's see where we're going. Bro. Why do I do that to myself? Why do I not look where I'm going? It's fun. I'm griefing myself, really. That's all it is. Damage, luck. We'll take luck. There's a free chest over there. We'll grab this pot and go. XP tome. Good, good, good. So we're getting good runs. I'll take the moldy cheese. Just does so much work against the early bosses. Pickup range, crit damage, silver game. Jesus, that's miserable. Take the free chest. Okay. I hate these zombies, dude. Like, the Executioner just does not handle them well at all. Grandma's Secret Tonic, you say? Alright, where are we going? Zombie down there. There's an elite zombie right there. About to eat my ass. Why? Of course it drops an item right when I jump, huh? Why do they spawn right in front of me like that? It's so annoying. I'm gonna tilt. I know it. Should grab both of those shrines. I like when the key gives you a free chest, but it's a golden chest, so it would have been free either way. I just think it's funny that it still acts the same. Alright, double chunkums. We're taking the Flame Walker. Don't get greedy. Don't box myself into a corner. Oh my god, is the only way out back up that way? Yeah, I'm resetting. Whew. Here's a key. It's pretty good. I gotta rebind like my interact to like my right click or something. Miserable tones. Okay, very vertical map over here. Crit chance, that's fine. I think it'd be fun doing like a duration build. Like just doing every weapon that you... Okay. We love those Mauis. I wonder what the chance of having like an all legendary Maui is, or if there's any way to tell. I've never really noticed a difference when going up to them if they have any like physical differences, but I've noticed like whenever a Maui has a legendary, a lot of the time it is like multiple legendaries all in one. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. Second moldy cheese, okay. Okay, I'm gonna actually use a refresh here. I'm gonna go lightning instead of flame walkers this time. Flame walkers are good, but lightning is also good. Oh my god, why? Why would I do that? The black hole. What is this up here? The twofer? Gotta be kidding me. I only got one of them. There's an item up there. Let's get it. Maybe I can kill these guys before the swarm comes. If I just grab this shield and send it. Okay, that's one of them down. Oh, I need the katana. Okay, I can't keep sitting in the same spot, unfortunately. That should be the second stone golem done. Take that. Chance is very good with that. We're gonna go XP game here. XP tome. Tana, very nice. And then Maui head there. We could probably get that challenge shrine. Okay, Cursed Rabbies is actually sick. Let's get this luck tome up. Cursed tome, perfect. Alright, our tomes and weapons are locked in. Then the item. Stone. Alright, let's go pick up that item. Get this charge shrine. No charge shrines left behind. I would love an extra jump. Really love an extra jump. I'll take projectile count. Weapons are fairly low level right now. Go up on the crit chance on the katana. Careful here. Projectile bounces is sick, actually. No bush. Okay, let's try and find another charge shrine somewhere. Okay, 2 projectile bounces is insane. Another swarm, not a good place for it. We can head up there, get that free chest. Full armor. Okay, these keys are not putting in enough work. Get some XP here. Alright. cheese. Okay, so we still need anvil, 2 lamps, some Joe's daggers, and then just Zalwarudos. We have all our banishes still. Okay, 2 more keys doesn't hurt. We are doing incredible damage. Mirror is great. I'll take a clover, that's fine. Okay, let's level up Curse Tome a little bit. Okay, let's spawn the bosses. Size change. One got to me. They always like to go up these trees. Alright, let's see what we get. Alright, beacon's fine. Means we're getting 2 more charge runs. Alright, is there any chests around maybe we can grab real quick? Why are they never free? When I have 3 keys. XP tome. Look at this charge shrine real quick. I should have come over here sooner. I hope we have enough time to hit that one. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. We gotta try. We're good. Alright, we're gonna take luck. I'm not a fan that they're already getting to me. I'm not a fan that I'm only level 41 as well. I would love for... Okay, we're going. I don't have a shield up. I was gonna say, I would love for my magnet to go off, but what can you do? Okay, projectile count. Okay, we are a little bit under-leveled. Well, that's okay. If we get a Joe's dagger, it's not going to matter. Extra jump. Love to see that. Again, not a free chest. Hate to see that. I will not complain about a legendary XP game boost. 2 boss shrines. There are 2 bosses coming out. I do crit damage. Ooh, I want that beefy ring. Anvil is huge. Chest, love to see that. Okay. Size tune. Okay. A little spooky. There's an attack frenzy over there. So grab this item. Level the XP tone one more time. Focus down chunking. Okay, we're not doing as much damage as I would like. Maybe the beefy ring will help with that. All the chunkums are dead. What is the luck with the legendaries on this run? Alright, I need to find where this chunkum died. I think this is it. Item drop over there. Okay, we have a decent bit of damage here. Nice. Oh, this just died. Very good timing there. Is that 3? Okay, second pair of cursed grabbies is good. Might as well pick this up. Okay, we're gonna start leveling black hole up. This is Joe's dagger, it's gonna be so lit. Nope. Can't believe I just said so lit. Lock tone, XP. Get ready to... Okay. Here's the magnet, right? Yeah. Black hole, executioner's food. This is a pretty good run so far. Get some katana, get some black hole, first tome. We are just missing Joe's daggers and Zalaruto's. So when we get that luck tome up. We got hit, we go. Do not risk it for 50 more kills. I mean, we'll take the giant fork, I guess. Crit chance. Okay. 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 See a pink hat over there? Maui head. Shrine. Crit damage. Let's check the Maui head first. Credit card. Beefy ring. Another echo shard. Another beefy ring. Size tome. Another Maui head and charge shrine over there. I should have done power up drop chance. That is a mistake on my part. Another Maui head, jeez. We're getting some good luck with the Maui heads. We'll just do damage. Yeah, I think we're good on damage. Secret tonic? Okay. I guess we'll do damage. Probably should have done elite spawn increase, but... Is that a card? That's the boss shrine. First tone. I am not too worried about the swarm. Man, did you drop over here? I did. I did. I can't even see where I'm going because of the black holes. Okay, we really gotta play to that Joe's dagger. It's another banished at least. Shady man, hold on. Bro, what is that shit, man? Second, there's an item down here. Could it be? Hold up. I mean, okay. But now we can't get that. So that's one less item that we could get for a legendary. I think it's cooked. A charge shrine, but it doesn't give me items. It'll give me some power up drop chance or something. Take the XP. Luck. enough for another chest. Should I just wait till I get my luck to... Okay, my luck's at 400%, which is damn near the cap. And it's just not even legendary. That's so unlucky. For reference, like, 1 in, I think, 1 in 5 chests at 400 plus luck are non-legendary. I just did that 1 in 5 with my last amount of gold. I don't know, who knows? Maybe I'll get another chest. There is one over here, I'm gonna be honest. Just gain some levels. There's another charge shrine. Can give me power up drop chance. Elite spawn increase, that's fine. Okay. There we go, there's an item. Joe's dagger? Bro! Oh, don't do this to me. What's funny is I actually have enough gold now, but I don't see a chest anywhere. Chest over there. Oh, there's 2 chests? Wait, hold up. In here I don't care about. I'll take it. Oh my god, a pink guy over here? Wait a second. Could do a chest first before I do that. Don't think, like, more luck really does too much anymore. Never mind, I need more luck. Oh, Joe's dagger would actually let me go 1,000,000 kills right now, which is the crazy part. I have like a 1 in 2 or a 1 in 3 on my next legendary. of going infinite. Or 60 minutes, rather. If I use Bandit, which tomes do I go for? I'm using XP, Size, Luck, and Cursed. Or the difficulty. I think those are the best. If you're trying to do high kill runs, the problem is your early game is going to look abysmal. Not necessarily. You could get lucky early, but... just level up some more stuff. Our Black Hole is getting close to level 40. Breaking in gold. Size tome's good. Luck tome. Curse tome, lightning staff, luck tome, XP, luck, size, executioner, lightning staff. What stage do you start leveling difficulty tome early game? So I wait until... So I'll grab the first one and then I won't level it until I basically am able to deal with the swarm waves fairly easily. Like, you don't want to take it and then immediately die to the swarms. You know what I mean? Okay. Joe's dagger for the one time. My man. My fucking man. Alright, we're cooking now. So you can see we already have both lamps. We have the magnet. We have 4 of our banishes left. We naturally got anvil, both lamps, and magnet. The fork was from a Maui, so I was like, might as well take it. Zawarudo's from a chest, so might as well take it. Now we just level stuff up. Got another item over here. Okay. Start leveling up the curse tome a little bit. Fuck it. Oh. Okay, let's go. Executioner. I kind of want to take the cursed grabbies. I think they're better than the fork. At least in this situation, since I already have a fork. Alright, so I'm gonna back off a little bit. We have an item over here, let's see. We'll take it. XP, stone. Alright, our weapons are all leveled up. Now we just take tomes. Focus XP tome for now. Size tome, curse tome. XP, first tome, first grabbies. Let's back off the wall. Oh, I hate the Dexecutioner for this one reason. If I could choose Bandit with a different base weapon, I would immediately choose like Revolver or Katana or something. But such is the game. I'm just choosing Legendary and whatever tome pops up. Or whatever the highest rarity. I like some extra daggers. I'm actually going to move away from the wall, or that cliff rather, so I don't have to jump down. Probably just go find chests, honestly. Size, luck, cursed, set cursed, tapped out XP, cursed. Nope. Nope, not far from tapping that. We go kill Bush. Bush is over there. Bush has 280 million health. Let's see if we can knock that down a little bit. Banish the ice cube. Okay, that's the last one. No, we need to banish magnet still. Size, take cursed, size, cursed, skip, size. Might as well use my skips while I have them. Oh my god, the executioner is hard to look at. Banish the magnet. Now we are actually solved. Chests. Take a free chest. Nice. Okay. We are for sure going 60 minutes now. Save up some gold. This is kind of tough to look at. What I'm gonna do is audio. Alright, we're gonna turn that down. And you know what? Let's see. What can we watch while we do this? Let's see. Let's do BB. BB Smooth. Alright. Let me do a window capture. If you aren't following BB Smooth, go. I'll leave their YouTube right there.
My name is Baby Smooth, and I believe you can beat the game with any character and any weapon that you choose, unless that weapon is the Chunkers. I hate you. You were the worst weapon in the game, and I don't like you at all. Thank you. I wish they were good, but they're not. We ended up playing Noelle, a character that a lot of people want to like, but they can't like because they think
And all I'm doing, by the way, in the background is I'm just going to be farming chests when I get the gold for it. And, like, picking up items, like, right now. So, let's take a look. Let me make this a little smaller. Another beefy ring.
She sucks. And they're kind of right. But I'm here to prove that that doesn't matter. Nothing in this game matters as long as you just believe in yourself. So we play Noelle with Space Noodle. Now careful who you bully in preschool, because the Space Noodle grows up to be one of the most powerful weapons in the game, unironically. But don't take my word for it.
I don't know.
Enjoy the footage. I'll see you at the end of the video.
Wait.
And we can talk about our feelings. It'll be fun.
Wait, what?
Now let's
what
get
was
this
that?
loadout. For weapons, we are locking in the Frostwalkers. We don't have a choice. The Katana, because we need incredible boss damage, and that's going to do it for us. The Aegis, because I'm going to have a skill issue if I don't. And the Space Noodle, because it's my beloved, most beautiful prized possession. I actually think this thing's kind of good. I'm not even trolling anymore. For tomes, we're doing the Damage Tome, the Cooldown Tome, the XP Tome, and the Size Tome. We're opting for the Damage Tome instead of the Luck Tome, simply because I think it'll be a lot more enjoyable to see huge numbers on Space Noodle, and I don't think Luck Tome is necessary for casual runs. Alright, welcome to How to Beat the Game as Noelle with Space Noodle. This is Jackass. Katana, too good, it has crit damage scaling. The problem is, we turned off the crit item, and I'm aware of that. We did it on purpose. The idea is, guys, just get a really
We're
lucky
up to 3
legendary.
daggers and 4 Zolarudos.
It'll be great. I think, honestly, this is going to be super winnable. I'm not interested in touching difficulty shrines too much. I might touch the first one. Blow over there. Terrible shrine choices, and that's fine. I wouldn't want to get good shrine choices, guys. XP. Attack speed. Nice. Yoink. I'm going to summon 2 bosses because I'm not a pussy. I unironically take a little bit of move speed. I would recommend damage to elites generally, but I like moving a little bit faster on most characters.
This is kind of crazy. Noelle sucks.
I take armor because I have attack speed tone. Damage to elites here. I want a weapon. At like level 3 or 4, if you're not getting a weapon, you'll notice that you're suffering. Cheese. Always take the cheese, especially in the early game, especially if you have damage issues. Finally, we get a weapon. I actually wanted Katana second. This is going to be a very Katana-focused run. First doll actually applies on-hit effects as well. I don't want to waste all my refreshes. I only have 3 left. I'm just going to take what I can get here. All right, we got boss incoming. I think we have the means to kill him. We also have these purple Slurpee gloves, which are really dope. Remember when I said we have the means to kill them? We do, but I'm like gonna get 1 more level up and hope that I get a 3rd weapon. I think these guys are perfectly okay to ignore a good amount. We're also at the point of the game where I've forgotten what I even have unlocked. We take a Size Tome as our final one. I'm Baby Smooth, and I've forgotten the build that I've theory crafted for this very specific character. Now, I am going to take Damage Tome here because it will affect the Cursed Doll and the poison damage I'm dealing. Space Noodle and something else. That's correct. Space Noodle does have to happen. Form timing. Yep. We're going to be chilling, though. I ain't never worried. I feel like if I go Aegis, I'm cheating, right? It's just too good. But I have, like, a lot of Reflect chance here from this item. It's kind of really good. Let's get the dub. I wish they were clumped for this. It's kind of a waste of time if I just stand on the one. I'll kill all of them at the same time in a few. Let's get stronger. We go jump height here. I'll never go thorns. And I think I'm fine to skip. Where is my Space Noodle? Except with the Katana. I'll take it. Space Noodle! Yippee! Right. Now we can win, gang. For those that don't know how Space Noodle works, it doesn't. Thanks for listening. Projectile count on Katana is always going to be a nice
Space
time.
Noodle kind of sucks, man. I've only tried it once.
For attack speed. That's kind of silly.
And
Baby Smooth, how do I balance difficulty and damage? If you are not killing normal enemies in 1 hit, your difficulty has gone up too high. You need to increase your damage before increasing your difficulty more.
That's a good point. That's a good metric.
Why we like the Aegis. We can just jump into the swarm and not get fricked. If you don't have at least 5 zillion on the leaderboard, you're a piece of shit. Less than 69 million kills, noob.
True.
Don't even show up to Mega Bonk today if you don't have 69 million. The only problem is now the leaderboard is way more cheated than it ever was. Also, I wanted to save that purple upgrade. If you ever see the purple and you're about that point where you have to fight the final boss, you should really save it for when you're bonking the final boss. And by final boss, I just mean the stage boss. Space Noodle upgrades. Absolutely going to carry my game. Without the Aegis there, I take 1,000,000 damage, and we're not able to pick up the chests and stuff, and I'm a sad kid. I really hope I have the damage for this. I truly, truly, truly do. That's not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Spark Plug, for those that don't know, does have incredible damage output, and the fact that I have Aegis means I can jump into my enemies and then say it was on purpose. Bonk. Ah! But if I do it too much, I just die. So, woohoo! We are going to open a chest in a second. I think we're doing okay on time. I want to figure out which one has the most health, so let me lock in for a sec. Because I want to hit that one. We are noodling. Gonna make sure I jump into them as much as humanly possible without throwing the game. Oh, yo, is that a purple upgrade again? At this point, I know I'm gonna win. I might as well save that for the ghost round. This is best build focusing on leveling Space Noodle. What tier is the best build focusing on Space Noodle? Now, if somebody wants to go into the lab with this weapon, you should feel free, but I think it's one of the most annoying things to use. There's people that think that all the damage you deal is going to be multiplied at the end of the Space Noodle's like output to some extent. I'm not sure if that's correct. I do know that enemies cannot physically die when they're being noodled. So like this guy's dead at the end of this canoodling incident. It's like, it's simultaneously the worst thing in the universe, but it's also like not the most terrible thing I've ever seen. It's complicated.
Interesting.
And I hate it.
Okay,
But also,
so my
look,
ideas of
this
the Space
ghost on top of me
Noodle
would be
just didn't
dead
think it was
30
doing
times.
anything.
It would be super dead by now. But it can't be, because it's being noodled.
I thought
the
just
life.
like tethered in
It is
a
the
boss
life
in
noodle.
place.
I'm getting so many keys. And that's really a problem for me, because it's like, they just don't die. And it's fine, but it's not. I could, you know what, let me just put effort in. Let me put the effort in here. Whenever I noodle something, I'm going around.
God.
As soon as like the black ghosts show up is generally when you will find yourself skill issuing.
Oh, I meant to banish that. I just use a Zawarudo
Use
because I ran
Space
to the
Noodle,
wall
I'm
to
just
pick up an
gonna
item.
leave.
Don't do that.
Alright, we're taking cheese. Absolutely. I saw key. We already have 3. No, I have no life steal, but I have 2 slurp gloves. So I think it's... we'll just get that. Here I'm going to go luck, simply because we don't have the luck. The elite spawn increase would be the choice, though, if I had a luck tome. How about move speed here? Also, in a world where I'm not going to be leveling up my luck, I might as well open some chests soon. The cursed doll is absolutely carrying damage-wise. And there's some elite spawn increase. It's got to be the lamp here. We'll get some unstable transfusion later, and we're actually going to have a very solid run, I think, with some of the items we're getting.
Okay, so I'm
No way you're not
noticing
dead.
some difference.
We're space noodling wherever possible.
Between the
Space noodle
Flame
duration
Walker
seems
and
actively
the,
bad. Let's get it.
Lightning Staff.
Let me read
The
Space
Lightning
Noodle.
Staff doesn't do
Let's
enough.
see if it gives us any hints. Attaches to nearby enemy, deals damage to enemies in between. I think the longer it goes on, the more damage it deals by the end of it all. Like, it does a big, decent chunk of damage to enemies. I don't think I get another key here. We do not take 3 slurp gloves, but you should take as much cheese as you want. I'm going to do crit damage because Katana will crit later. It does with Firewalker. These are 2 different things, sadly. I think this is more of an aura thing. So aura doesn't increase your projectile stuff, quantity, blah, blah, blah. Also, I think anything that can increase your quantity from quantity tome will increase quantity on level up. High test arms. Chat, I went to the doctor and it turns out my testosterone is too high. Anybody got great tips for lowering your test? We're cooked, by the way. I'm embracing my fate. I'm just gonna reset if I die. Skip noodle upgrades to lower testosterone. Bro, let's increase the size of our noodle. Also, how is Bush here? No! When did that happen? When did I do that? You know what? I meant to do that.
Triggered the
Watch
bush.
this. Bush was next to a chest. Thanks for noticing. I had no idea.
I've got
Also,
our
let me
Zawarudo
stand on
back
top
at
of him.
least.
Now, when this Space Noodle ends, he should take a lot of damage. Copium. Noodle OP. The Noodle is
I realize
one of
y'all
my
can't
top
see what
3
I'm doing,
worst
but
weapons in this game. Without a doubt. But
I'm
it's
getting
better than
close to 3
Chunkers.
minutes right now.
So
What
that's
should I
pretty
go
good.
for with Bandit?
Leveling Noodle is absolutely stupid.
So, I would say if you are not having easy early games, you can swap out the Lightning Staff that I have for the Aura. Aura's fine. I would recommend keeping Katana, and you need Black Hole for later on. So, Really, the only flex spot is the lightning staff, and normally I'd go flame walkers, but those are a little harder to use early game, where you could just use aura and it's fine. So that's what I would do. And if you haven't been paying attention, I got the Joe's daggers, so I'm just sitting here for 60 minutes. This is the nature of these runs, unfortunately, is you're gonna sit here for a long time and endless, just not moving. So I pulled up my man BB Smooth. He's been putting out some great Megabog content. Go check their YouTube out. They stream there. They stream on Twitch as well with the same name, BB Smooth. They might be live. I'm not sure. But yeah, go check him out. Join his Discord. Say hi. There's an item in the altar. I can pick that up when I go to end the level. I don't have to risk it right now. Also, you can see I'm at the top. I'm about to hit 200k kills.
Keep doing it. I think we might get in trouble soon. Oh, that's really good. If we keep noodling ourselves, though, we are going to find ourselves in maybe big trouble. The purple thing is going to be fat for the bosses that spawn. Do we just cheese print? And that's like our route here? This is our chance at victory? I shouldn't do this. Blue skeleton! Yeah! Always inting for those. Always get them done. That's why I only use Space Noodle. It's so good, guys. Use it every run. Promise. It's really sweet that we have this purple thing. Also, the bush got on top of me. Get him off me. Wait. I haven't seen any of the boss shrines this map. Anyway, look how fat we are poisoning these things. Goodbye. Their whole health bar is gone with poison. But we have to keep hitting it or like they heal over time from it. That's really interesting. Bush, I need you to stop. Thank you. Yeah, we're kind of OP now. And with not that many bosses spawning, I feel pretty safe here. Crit damage
also,
for the katana. Boy, Chunker's better than sword.
I got this question in my video explaining my last million kill run, and they were like, well, why can't you use why can't you just scale damage past the ghosts, right? And I mean, okay, let's talk about it. It's just a numbers game. So right now on the ghosts, if we get a screenshot, or we can see, I'm hitting it. My base hits without crits, like that was a 17 million I just saw in the corner, right? And I'm hitting 4 or 5 millions. I'm critting over 200 million per hit, and the ghosts are still getting in towards me. So we can't just pretend like we can do, you know, 1,000,000x damage and scale to 1,000,000x damage like I'm doing here. The way this is working is I'm using Joe's daggers that I've stacked up here with the overpowered lamps, and I am using Joe's daggers execute ability to execute the ghosts. And every time I execute a ghost, my damage goes up 1% for each dagger that I have. And the Dexecutioner also has a chance to execute an enemy. And I'm sending out a bunch of Dexecutioner projectiles, and they are also affected by the on-hit chance. So really, every time I every second, I'm probably gaining probably like 400 or 500% or 500 like X damage, maybe. Because I'm killing every second, I'm killing probably 200 to 300 ghosts every second. Just executing most of them. So if we're doing, let's say we're conservative and do half of that. Let's say we do 150 ghosts executed per second. Okay? We have that times 5, so that's 750 times that we're gaining 1% damage. So Okay, so really like 7.5 times damage. But we're also, with the lamps effects, it's probably more likely that we're doing double or triple that. And that's every second. And we've been in for 20 minutes, right? So 20 minutes times 60 seconds is 12,000 seconds, right? Or is 1,200 seconds. So we'll do 1,200 times... Let me pull up my calculator, actually, so I don't mess this up too much. I think... Okay, so let's do 60 seconds per minute, right? Times 20 minutes. Okay, 1,200 times 7.5. So that's 9,000x damage I've gotten in just this Endless. But as you can see over here, my damage is over 33.7 thousand times. Or maybe that's percentage. Either way, we're doing a lot of damage. We're doing a crazy amount of damage, and it's because of the Joe's daggers and all the executes that we're doing. So you can't just naturally outscale. You have to do a build like this if you're going to do 60-minute Endless. Now, I'm not saying you have to use Bandit to do it. Bandit just is the choice most people go for because his attack speed scales with his levels. So currently, where's attack speed? Attack speed. I'm at over 1,000% attack speed, and that's because I'm almost level 1,000. So I don't have the attack speed tome. That's why we're able to take the tomes we have, is because we don't need to use the attack speed tome. So that you have to take that into consideration when you go for these runs with different characters, is what tome are you dropping for attack speed? Because you need attack speed. You need to be able to hit everything basically as soon as it spawns and put projectiles on things. Luck is probably the next one to go because you need size, you need difficulty, you need XP. It just kind of sucks that you're losing luck because that makes it a lot harder to find these legendaries. But, you know, it's just one of the considerations and why people choose Bandit so often. Now let's continue this.
I really, truly, in my heart of hearts, believe Chunkers is the worst thing in the game. I will test that in front of everyone if you guys want. I truly have to believe it is the worst thing that I've ever experienced in my whole entire life. Chunkers are not okay. The Chunkist, I'm so Chunkist. I swear to God, I'm so Chunkist. Is Bible
I like watching
Chunkers?
How my face is flashing.
Bible is playable.
Because the
Chunkers
screen
are
with
not.
Megabonk on it.
Also, if I pick up this green thing, I'm a pussy. I'm gonna pick up the green thing. Yo, look at my noodle damage. Watch this, watch this. Watch that noodle cook. Go, noodle. Noodle him. Get noodled, idiot.
That is pretty
Guys,
sick,
noodle's
actually.
gotta be the best weapon in the game. You saw that. Noodle Nation.
Just
Rise
charging
up.
up
Just kidding,
damage.
do
That's
not
kinda
get this
crazy.
item. YouTube videos about everything in this game are gonna come out, trust. Chat, let us know what YouTube vids you want. What do you want from us next? We do want to stay here as long as possible just to be cool and strong. But once again, once the black ghosts show up, I am getting a little scared. A red crystal! If you ever see a red gem, it's the highest... No, no, no! I didn't mean to click that. I'm sorry for being a pussy. But the noodle had that thing on top of me. Unkillable. That was stupid of me. While I am a mouthpiece of information, I do not claim to be an incredible video game scientist or anything. Like, I am a pretty good theory crafter, but I'm never good at the statistics of it all. I'm good at the feelings. When it comes to mathematical, that's probably not really my alley. Now we definitely have to consider leveling up our Frostwalkers and anything that's going to help us do damage to the final boss. This level, we're definitely going to need to get as much XP as humanly possible. Once we unlock the katana for the boss, we'll be okay. I'm sorry for being late. What? I'm sorry for showing up late to your stream, Baby Smith. Bro, we don't take attendance. We don't do that here. You pull up if you want, but you should go to the gym. You should hang out with friends. You should do a bunch of things aside from watching stream. Look at the poison on that HP bar. That is disgusting. Thanks for the vids. I used to be so good at the game. Now I'm so good at it. Hell yeah, gamer. I can't take credit for that. I think he just got better at the game. But I appreciate the comment. Welcome to the Swarm. Katana's just put in work. Katana's cook. I have been kind of building around it a little bit. I've definitely, you know, it's my level 17 weapon. I've been taking good katanas every time I see it, specifically because I know that we're going to get fricked by this final boss unless I do. We take armor going into the final boss because it's sweet at reducing damage, and I haven't gotten that much of it. Hello, sir. Thanks to you, I finished some challenges on the game. Thank you so much. No problem, gamer. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to get some information about this game out there. Even if not all of it is entirely correct, there's definitely some things that I'm just guessing on because literally nobody has the answers anywhere. I think at the end of this run, you're going to see Katana at like 3 zillion damage. You can see Space Noodle actually probably higher than Frostwalker's as well. But don't worry, Frostwalker damage will beat the Aegis damage. Copium. Go ahead, pick up the magnet real quick. Increase XP as much as possible. Anyway. It's hard to read 2 different chats. Sorry, YouTube chat. I'm so used to Twitch chat. One day I will be better at reading YouTube chat. If I miss your message, I don't hate you. I hate myself. Ooh. Just kidding. Life's too short to hate yourself and to call yourself a stupid loser. I used to be a stupid loser, chat. And then I played Noel in Megabonk and got Space Noodle. And now I'm a really cool Epic Sigma guy.
Another Joe's Dagger.
Also with Space Noodle, I don't even think I can stay here for very long. Keys are a scam?
But there's like some
I don't think
high score cheating drama.
If they work, they work.
We're currently going on in the Megabonk Discord, people getting called out.
Seems like garbage noodle. It is very true.
And,
Space Noodle is garbage noodle.
Martyrdom
but it has
made
a few funny uses,
video on it.
And I cannot wait for it to deal like a zillion damage to the final boss.
People out,
I'm not going to stay here too long, mostly because I don't know if I can.
Expecting that knows about
I will greed this chest though.
Yeah.
I can't tell if I'm killing these things good or not. Can you? Crit damage, projectile count. No point getting XP right now. The Space Noodle's on this guy. Oh my god. Can you ever level XP tome too much? Yes. Yo, look at the Katana going. Go, Katana. Once that gets gone, we're going to be cucked. Yes! We didn't even get cucked. Sweet. You know, I was talking about how I need to level my Frostwalker. We're lucky that Katana was my second weapon. I kind of did it on purpose. I'm not going to lie to you. In my brain, I was truly, truly hoping for that. And so Katana is going to carry that fight. Our Katana's level 19. Thank God for that. We would have been able to Frostwalk it, and maybe it would have been more interesting if I Frostwalked it only. But it would have taken at least 3 minutes of our life. BB Smooth stands for Big Biden Smooth, and I forget what room I'm in very often. Katana damage is going to be at a zillion at the end of this run. It is one of the better scaling weapons in the game.
Oh, our shield went down.
Now, if anyone sucks at this boss, my advice to you is to just play it slow, play it smart. If you don't have enough move speed to, like, run around the circles, I have bad news. You're probably going to die. This is why you want to take a little bit of move speed from the shrines, or maybe a few socks. Try to know your jump height limit as well. These red ones are bad at chasing. Ah! It's fine. Don't panic, by the way. If you do, just run away, wait for your shield to come back. You're going to inevitably take a good amount of damage. Time to throw. Yeah. Ouch! The yellow ones, they don't really track you too well. And you can try to skip phase 3 there. I didn't really want to skip phase 3 though, because last time I did a run like this, I skipped phase 3. So you really want to play around those orbs. You see those orbs coming, you back off. You get behind the pillar, you separate yourself from them. If you know how to B-hop, now's a great place to use it. Use your double jumps to dodge the orbs. You always want to save a double jump for just that. One of the best ways to dodge in this game is making sure you kept a double jump in the bag. All right, the orbs are gone. The blue ones are the problem, by the way. The blue ones are the problem. Lock in, Space Noodle. Go, Space Noodle. I'm trying to Space Noodle only. How much damage? How much damage, brother? Space Noodle, go, bro! What are you waiting for? It did nothing. I think it multiplies whatever damage you deal. I think it has to multiply. Space Noodle, go! Right? Do something.
Oh.
Get noodled, idiot.
Damn, he did 50% of its... He did 4 million damage at one shot.
Yeah, it just did 4 million damage, guys. Space Noodle's the best weapon in the game. It hits 4 million damage,
Another Joe's
bro.
dagger?
It has to be OP. It's got to be the best weapon in the game. Kidding, it's not. Don't. Ow! Okay, Space Noodle just caused me to die while I was looking away. I hate this game. I actually hate this game so much. I was flipping. Okay. All right, so damage.
Almost level 1100.
I wagered Space Noodle would be second. Katana's 36 million, by the way. What is Echo? Is Echo Space Noodle's effect? Echo is Space Noodle's effect, so it's out damaging Katana? It has to be. Wow. It's really annoying to use,
That's
but
over and against the
as
wall.
far as boss killing goes, it's kind of really, really good.
There's
It's
no
hard
way
to
I
say
can
it's
get in
not.
there right
In a
now.
world where bosses can have zillions of health, I do think Space Noodle might be a usable weapon. And maybe the world just isn't ready for it, but I am.
Alright.
Get your noodle out.
I'm sorry for. Hello, I'm making this video in order to expose all of the cheaters.
This is crazy.
First off, the theoretical limit to kills is around 2.2 million.
Okay, he has a comment. To avoid repeating it, the following is not talking about modding a run, finishing it, and uploading that to the leaderboard. What I'm referring to is the fact of modding a run to test something. Oh, that's Dex. To see what a perfect star would accomplish on stage 1, like required legendaries, right with. Megabonk also has an option to turn off leaderboard submissions, so one can also do a full run without issues, see the best possible outcome, which helps to understand the limits. At the end there. I think figure out impossible things is one thing, given they're truly impossible, but I'd be very careful calling someone out just because they test the game by modding the game. I do that myself in pretty much every game. Theory crafting is very hard if you are looking for a 1 in 1,000 run. Very true. Here, I'll pull up the comment on screen. Yo, beloved streamer. Yo, what's up, Darian? What's up, Opie? How you doing? How's streaming going? It's going good. We're just hitting some ghosts right now, and it looks, it's. I'm waiting for the timer at the top to hit 60 minutes before I go to the next stage, and then do another 60 minutes. Hey, appreciate it, man. Or woman, whatever. I don't mean to assume, but yeah, this if you're sensitive to flashing lights, look away. But this is basically what's going on my other screen currently. So we're watching some YouTube while the timer goes up. Yeah, these runs get pretty nuts. So yeah, it's tough to look at. That's what the flashing on my face is right now. It's from my other monitor. But alright, if you're looking for a 1,000 run, can't test it, because you may finally get the run, and it turns out you need something else, or it just doesn't work. Yeah. So, I can't say whether Angel cheated or not. It can be, but just because someone tests things, it's not a sign of cheating for me. These are usually the people that give the information about the game that everyone uses. Very true. Have you hit affiliate status? I have. I think I have a sub button. I've been affiliate for a few years. I just don't really stream very much. But I've been doing some content creation around this game since it's come out. It came out last month, and I've been bitten by the bug again because of it. So yeah, appreciate it. Transmit 2 mil res so abysmally low that anyone hitting it should be considered guilty of cheating on the current patch. I don't think that's true. I don't think you should just assume someone's guilty of cheating just because they hit a god run. If they try and post it and say they don't have proof, but they had no other runs, then okay, maybe we can deliberate a little bit. But you can't just come out and assume they're cheating. Stage 1 Endless Wave is the same as Stage 2 or Stage 3. Once you can deal with them, you max out insanely fast, so there's a strategy to deal with them, which we have. Black Hole, you manage to get up fast enough before they kill you. I'm reading this right here. But usually those tests don't make it that far. Like if you want to check it, it's possible to get 60 minutes in stage 1. Give yourself the items needed and check it. No need to go further at waste time. Also understand how challenging it is to grow a channel. Yeah, it's definitely challenging. Yeah, I'm open for advice, definitely. We're gonna go ahead and watch this.
This is because after 60 minutes in the overtime ghost wave, it spawns an immortal ghost that one-shots you.
That's what we're doing right now.
60 minutes of farming with max difficulty nets you around 500,000 kills. Since there are 4 tiers where you could farm for the full 60 minutes, 500,000 times 4, 2 million. Boom, got that out of the way. This fact immediately disproves any run over 2.2 million.
Yeah, my Discord
But you may see some Chadwell runs on the
Darren,
leaderboard.
do you not know this person?
2.5 million to 3 million kills. What's up with that? Are they
I
cheating?
thought they came into the chat with you.
Not cheating per se, just bug abusing. According to Temptation X, his 60-minute, 30-second Immortal Ghost did not spawn. Alrighty then.
For an alternative to Katana, you need a high damage weapon, and Katana's probably the most high damage weapon out there right now. You can definitely try around, but there's a reason like most people run Katana as their second weapon when testing other weapons, because it just is, I think, the best second weapon to have. That being said, you could try for more crowd control stuff. You could try like the lightning staff like I have, that scales pretty fine. You could try the flame walkers. You could try and just like go katana lists and just try and like get there with executioner damage until the flame walkers and black hole carry, which is going to be absurdly difficult, I think. More difficult than the run already is, but it's possible, definitely. Alright, we're gonna pick up some chests real quick. Joe's dagger. Love to see it. We got one more here. That's insane that that's a common. Another Zawarudo, very nice. That item's also against the wall, so we're not picking that up. We're almost level 1200. We gotta move slowly, because we have to wait for the black hole to adjust with the ghosts. Secret tonic, that's fine. And we're not picking up those ones on the wall. Okay.
Then what about Bozo, the 2.3 million Fox guy?
Yeah, so anything above like 2.1, 2.2 million is definitely cheated. It's physically impossible to score that many kills in a run. The leaderboards before were like the minimum run on it was 3 million, so it was all hacked runs. So the leaderboards are currently down, making going for runs like this kind of pointless. What character should I use for desert to try and get katana? That's an interesting question. I'm much more familiar with forest runs, but I have been doing more desert, and from what I understand, you want much more like mobility in the desert because it's very like slopey and flat. Where with the forest you're like kind of moving around from platform to platform a little more, where desert you're gonna have like big swaths of enemies. So I've had success with Mega Chad. I've had success with Vlad. I've chested out and he's alright. I did Ninja, and that Ninja was actually good, but you need the katana to do Ninja. But Mega Chad honestly is pretty solid. Especially he's easy enough to get. Try not to... Oh, just got pushed by a ghost. Okay. It's difficult because you really don't want to jump with the ghosts. We are over level 1200, by the way. But yeah, I would choose Mecha Chad to try that out.
It was above me in my world record.
There's also challenges for the desert that you can try and go for on the way, just to like kind of make it efficient, like unlocking different items and weapons and stuff. Like I know there's the kill 1,000 wisps as Fox. Another common item, that's insane. So you can try and go for stuff like that as well. There's also like the beat desert tier 2 with the hoverboard guy, which I actually haven't done yet. Mostly because I don't play him and I don't play desert, but I could probably do it in a few tries. And there's some other things, like there's like an Athena challenge in the desert. There's some other stuff, you know. It's just picking a character that you're comfortable with is almost always going to be better than picking the quote-unquote best character. Unless you're going for like a high score world record run. Then, you know, play the optimized path. But it's like any game, right? Like, if you've ever played like card games before, it's probably more fun to play, like, in Magic, for example. There's Casual Commander, if you've ever played Magic, and there's Competitive Commander, or CEDH. And the two games look very different. And Casual is much more fun. You can play with your favorite cards and your favorite deck and hang out with friends. Competitive is... the goal is just to win the game as fast as possible. And as consistently as possible. So it's not so much about having fun, it's about putting up good, consistent numbers. And that's kind of what, like, these runs that I'm doing is like that almost. Versus having fun doing, like, I was doing a Clank build with only Clank's revolver, the shotgun, the sniper rifle, and the slutty rocket. Those are my only weapons. And it was just like a gunslinger build, and it was fun. And I got to Desert Stage 3 with it yesterday, just goofing around, and it was much more fun than this. I mean, this is just sitting here for an hour at a time, you know? So ultimately, you're gonna get more comfortable with the characters you like because they're gonna fit your playstyle. I just made a video actually for beginners at Megabonk. It's on my channel, where I talk specifically about this, like where I get the question a lot of like, what's the best character, what's the best weapon, and ultimately it's like healthier to just focus on, you know, trying out different characters and weapons and seeing which ones you feel like are more fun or you are more comfortable or fit into your playstyle better, than to try and, you know, get a build from someone else and try and force it when maybe you're not super comfortable with the type of run they're going for and the type of build they're doing. It's a little basic of a bit. I mean, it's literally for someone who's never played the game. So it talks about, like, what is a chest, what is a shrine, what is a, you know, what are the items, what are the power-ups, like that kind of stuff. But it still has good info for anyone like beginning or trying to get into different like types of runs and stuff like that as well. So I'd say check that out too.
Great run. More than 2.3 million kills be in the realm of possibility, since you said...
Yeah, 2.3 is at the very top of physically possible.
Is the theoretical limit, and the leaderboard does round up. So wouldn't that be possible? Possible? Maybe. Did he do it? No. People have dug up already his Steam profile.
The classic.
And it shows that he only has
0
10%
achievements
unlocked. meaning he physically cannot even get the items needed to finish the run. I don't even think you can get tomes unlocked at 10% achievements. I rest my case.
Yep.
Okay, so what about the bandit runs? We went to the theoretical cap, 2.2 million. We got Callow, Sevelin, Ass Crack Bandit, and Angel. We can disprove those as well.
And all those runs above the bandits, those are all modded as well.
Just looking at his item count,
his score is just not physically possible.
Makes it very clear.
Oh my god.
Hopefully I don't need to explain why this one is not real to you. It is insanely obvious. Just look at his mirror count, his beefy ring count, his demon essence count, not to mention 156 geodaggers. It's very obvious he does not know how to play the game. He just cheated items he thought was best. Alright, next up,
the classic
Sevelin. This is one of my Ace Detective D's best work. The D stands for Dokes.
Huh. That is so funny. I forgot he did that. He screenshotted Sevelin's run and then sent it to him and said, hey, is this possible? And Sevelin outed himself and said, that doesn't look like it's possible. And he was like, bro, this is your run. It's just ultimate, like, gotcha.
Just so happens
you just admitted this shit's not possible. I just had to trick you for you to admit it.
Not even 6 hours later. Crazy.
Interesting.
A cheated run. But what about Ass Crack Bandit? Jimmy streamed his run. First off, he got one 1.8 million kill run. And then the next day he got a 2.2 million kill run.
I mean,
alright, maybe he just got his stream luck.
Who just got unlucky.
And didn't he stream his run, you might ask? Let's check his stream. Oh wow, it conveniently starts on tier 2, completely skipping the entire run. That's not suspicious at all. But I hear you, ladies and gentlemen of the court.
And it has
that's not sufficient evidence.
So many daggers.
Alright, let's pander on over to the top left of the screen.
Tier 2?
You notice anything?
Okay, yeah, that's crazy. I've been in 43 minutes in Endless, and I'm only at 350k gold.
Perhaps he has just a lot of
He's
gold.
at 4 million gold in tier 2.
Oh, what's this? 1x.
Get him out. Get him out of here.
Tier 1 60 minutes? 60 minutes is a long time. You know, who knows how much gold you can get? Well, here's how much gold I have from the start of
to be fair, the anti-cheat here is better than CSGO. You know,
50,000.
Yeah.
And how much gold did I end the hour with? 950,000. If there's no way to spend the gold in the boss arena, this is unequivocal evidence as Crack Bandit cheated. I respect this. Suspect number 4.
Another Zawarudo.
Angel. Here's a private DM from Angel to me, admitting he was gonna go try out mods to see what you can truly achieve for kills. And this was on the 1st of October. Clearly, the dark side got to him, because the very next day, he posted a 2.1 million kill run, claiming it was legit.
Very coincidental.
Well, I'd say it's not enough evidence. I called him out for it. He got very emotional and distressed. Not like someone who knows they didn't cheat. This pattern of behavior is exhibited a lot in liars being caught in the act. The information of him downloading mods to cheat, then getting a world record the next day, is not inherently direct evidence of cheating. But in his mind, it is, as he connected the dots. Him being distressed about it tells me a lot. Suppose you were in his shoes, and you didn't cheat. Would you be begging on your knees like him? Or would you be more stoic? As you know in your heart of hearts, you didn't cheat, and you don't need to prove it to anybody.
I'm not a big fan of that argument.
I'll let the jury decide.
You can't just expect everyone to be the stoic master, you know? I think that one's a little weaker, but okay, we have an update video.
I'm sorry for dragging the Megabot Discord drama, but the cheaters are still claiming legit. You can skip to 2250 if you don't care about Surveillance Run.
You let me know if you want me to pause it anywhere, if you want to look closer.
Okay, so what am I seeing here? Got a lot of items against the wall right now, so we'll have to pick those up after. Just gonna start? Okay. So they're in a Discord call. Seven's apparently showing his run. He said he had 46 items in tier 1. The Mega Block Vigilante, if you don't stream your run, it's not legit. I think people care too much about it. I'm gonna be honest. I think people just care too much about it. There's not even leaderboards right now. Like, why are people getting so upset? The leaderboards before were hacked. They're, like, what are we even crying about? You know? Like, what is this all for? Why would someone, you know... I mean, I guess... Yeah, why would anyone cheat anything? But it's like... It's just silly. Like, this isn't even a serious game. You know, maybe someday this could become, like, a serious game. Like how they have, like, Major League Balatro now and stuff like that. But... Let's see, are they gonna...
I still, you know, if you showed me my own screenshot again, I'd still think it's sus. Like, I get it.
Yeah, can we get to the run? Okay. I'm looking at the time up top as well. Echo Crystal, okay. So the main way to cheat in a run like this is having every item be toggleable so that you only get the items you want. And then... Okay, now he's gonna dupe the Echo Crystal, yeah. The Discord sounds you hear in the background of the video, by the way. Because they're in a Discord call. Okay, I have a few items to pick up here. Another Joe's Dagger. Okay, pick size. So he has size, projectile, difficulty, and XP. Skipping the Luck Tome. Going cursed and XP for all of them.
Do you want me to pause it anywhere there?
His weapons are like level 1, 2, and 3. How is he gonna do any damage? He only has 3 weapons. Wait a second. Lifesteal, okay. Be hopping around. It's a curse totem. I mean, this is just an incredibly lucky run. But nothing seems, like, out of the ordinary just yet. I'm waiting to see, like, all the legendaries come in. Okay, it's some power-up drop chance. I'm about to hit level, yep, 1400 right there. Meanwhile, he's level 31 with 4.5 minutes left, by the way. Just level 31 with 4.5 minutes left. I need y'all to understand that's insane. I left tier 1 on this run at level like 42. So this guy's almost the level I was on this run going into tier 2 at halfway through, or a little over halfway through tier 1. But that's the power of the XP tone. Hey, congrats, there you go. Katana's sick. You're gonna enjoy Katana. Yeah, it's just like crazy lucky. Yeah, level 41 already. The highest level I've ever gotten out of tier 1 was level 59. So, but he's going for tier 1 60 minutes like I'm doing now. So he's gonna be level like 1000 by the end of it. Okay, let's not waste a Zawarudo. Okay, he found a magnet. Picked that up. Okay, another wrench. That's perfectly normal. Everything so far seems pretty normal, except, like, just the amount of XP that he's getting. But he also has duped XP shards. And now he has the sucky magnet, so he's going to have insane levels. And he's putting everything in cursed and XP. We're getting touched by the ghosts a little bit. Yep, that's the first Zawarudo, so we're gonna... try and pick some of these up. It's a little unlucky to lose a Zawarudo before the 60-minute mark, but on my million kill run, I actually left at 57 minutes. Alright, so he's level 61 with 2.5 minutes left. Level 63, 64, 60... Oh my god. I mean, going down to 3 weapons is feasible. As you can see, like, I'm using Lightning Staff for my 4th weapon, and it really hasn't made much of a difference from when I did Flame Walker. So once you get to that point, you're just at that point. And he's on tier 1, so he's just gonna be destroying all these things. Okay, picks another item. So far, his only legendary is still just the magnet. 6 Chunkums, okay. And yeah, he nukes them, which you should at level 88. Okay, Beefy Ring, that's a good pickup, especially for Monkey. Okay, the Slurp Gloves. Another green. With no luck tome, by the way. And the Chaos Gloves. Oh my god. That's insane. Probably, yeah, projectile speed, I guess. This is so silly. This run is, like, disgustingly lucky so far. And there's no doubt he's gonna hit the Joe's daggers and the lamps, too. That was all Naruto back. That's nice. Okay, I'm actually gonna... No, I'll just cut down the video to the actual video of the run. If you're just tuning in, this is the response from Seven to Martyrdom's cheating allegations. This is Seven's run with Monkey, where apparently he goes tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, like full 60-minute endless on all of them. So, as you can see, he's over level 100 just spawning the final bosses right now, so... It's hard to say because, like, I can't pick anything just from first glance that shows, like, oh, this is definitely cheating, but, like, because it's definitely not cheating with, like, lucky items, but, like, it just doesn't make sense how you could get so many, so much XP. Like, his Curse Tome and XP Tome levels are huge. Alright, we're getting close to, the end of this endless stage. Then we're gonna have another 60 minutes afterwards, so... Okay. Obviously he doesn't go in right now. He's gonna...
Now, I will say this run would have gone a lot longer if I had a Jones.
Well, yeah, duh.
But you're running no luck.
You don't need to run luck.
I don't know how you're out healing Kevin.
The heal
At 6% lifesteal, does that make any sense?
It's the Chaos gloves or whatever they're called, the heal ones. But I don't
Slurp
keep
gloves?
healing him.
He also has 6 medkits.
The medkits don't matter.
Kevin was actually not the play there. Because he fucks me up.
Yeah. Yeah, why would you even have Kevin enabled on this type of run? Like, it just doesn't make sense that, like, why do you have these runs or these items turned on if you're going for high kill runs? I mean, I guess maybe if you're just trying to have fun and you just happen to get, like, a God Seed, like, run and you're a good player, like, sure. But, like, also, but on the other hand, nothing really points out to me that, like, oh, this person's cheating. It's just they've got a really good run start off.
I thought it would be loud as fuck in here. There's so many muted people.
The jury's looking at my shit, man.
Oh my god, you have 25 spectators.
I've been getting peppered all day, dude.
I'm gonna go get this chest.
Wait, this is a video of you playing the game?
Yeah, this is to... Because now I have to record everything to show an earlier run.
Alright, my Zalwarudo's
What do you
about
mean?
to pop.
I got called cheater. Because I found one of my own screenshots sus. I deserve that shit.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean?
Who called you a cheater here? You have to you're showing your stream because somebody here called you a cheater?
Oh, a bunch of people. But, like, understandably so.
Why?
Because I called one of my own screenshots sus.
I mean, that is funny,
When they
though.
clipped out my,
At least
the
they're
rest of
taking
the
it, like,
info
with a
that
grain of salt, you know?
Anyone else have any takes on this? Because anyone?
Shit, no, man.
Was it sus?
Watching the stream.
Fuck. Well, how
What's the
much
reason
is-
behind 3 weapons?
lowers the RNG.
That's
Once
true.
you get your 3 weapons and your tomes, like, you're only getting those coming up.
Wait, what do you have 3 weapons?
This actually ends up not working, and I kind of do need aura, is what I realized.
Who called you a cheater first?
We just passed the 500,000 kill threshold, by the
Dean
way.
caught me out on me calling
this
my
is
own
gonna
screenshot
be-
sus.
Who?
This is gonna be an over a mill run.
D? Oh, that's his name. It's the letter D.
D's not even here anymore.
Yeah, no, and this was like earlier today.
So why are you
But
showing
then-
it now?
Oh no, I'm stuck in the corner.
Dom posted. Dom posted.
We
a
all
video
just
calling
wanted.
out
We all
people.
just wanted to see.
Yeah. Because I then posted saying like, oh, 280 in 3 minutes. Like, it is possible.
Okay.
We're watching Soul Harvester carry
To
him.
make sure I don't get
Yeah,
stuck in the
which is-
corner again.
My dream
Um,
start is Soul Harvester and 3 fucking Echo Shards. And a magnet.
Okay.
Hell, if I could get 5 Echo Shards, I'd be so happy.
We're gonna pause this for the second. Because I'm about to go into the next wave. As soon as my Zalwarudo ends. Alright. Final boss coming up. We're at 500, like 30,000 kills. The hell, you broke my shield, asshole. Alright, another 60 minutes of this.
Needless to say, I do die soon, but like, it is possible. I still, you know, if you showed me my own screenshot again, I'd still think it's sus. Like, I get it.
It is kind of
Okay,
crazy.
so now do a run without Soul Harvester, like in your screenshot.
Not gonna be tough, but alright. At some point I'll get it done. I mean, it takes a long fucking time to get a good run going. If it happens again, you'll see it, but I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
It does take a long time to get a good run going. Like, when I make these videos and when I go for like these high scoring runs, it might not seem like it, but this is the first time I've gotten a 1,000,000 point run since my last 1,000,000 point run video. So it's been days, and this is only a 1,000,000 point run. This isn't even like a 1.5 or 1.6 or 2,000,000 point run. This is like, I didn't get Joe's daggers until the end. Like, y'all are here to see this, so
killed. That's sick fuck. That and the lack of Joe's. Anyways,
I mean, that's
well, I
still
got right
insane.
now, but
Interesting. Here are my notes for his monkey run. I cheated in XP and difficulty, and the items he had.
Wait, I want to see that list.
that's all I got right now, but
Interesting. Here are my notes.
Okay. At 40 seconds, he gets the cursed grabbies, which is an insane first item to get. At a minute in, he gets an XP tome, 5% difficulty, and the difficulty tome. At 8 minutes, he's at 34% difficulty and 1.3 times XP. At 7 minutes, he has 6 bosses and 39% difficulty. So, my thing is, I think the run's legit.
For his monkey run, I cheated in XP and difficulty, and the items he had at the same intervals he had them in his run. A little bit deviation, but it didn't matter. We got pretty much the exact same level, so I can confirm his monkey run is not cheated.
Yeah.
That being said, all of the monkey run proves is how impossible the run he had in the screenshot is. He's level 151 at 16 seconds in. If we compare that to his monkey run, he's 40 levels lower. Let's do a comparison of the items and tome levels though. In level 151 run, he has 2 Echo Shards, 2 Time Watches, and 2 Skull Eggs, with 35 levels in XP tome and 23 in difficulty tome. In the level 113 monkey run, he has 3 Echo Shards, 3 Time Watches, and 2 Curse Grabbies, with a magnet, and he's level 40 in XP tome and 30 in difficulty tome. So he has more difficulty and XP across the entire board, plus a magnet, and he's still 40
it's a
levels
little
lower.
Suspicious.
And it's not like he could have possibly power leveled XP and difficulty early, as his legendary item carry was a garbage power glove, and in his monkey run, it was the best early game carry.
He's
Soul
level
Cleaver.
40 in
Not to
the
mention,
black hole.
in the monkey run, he had a combined total of 12 levels into weapons, 14 into projectile tome, and 18 into
Here it
size.
comes.
But the level 150 run, he had 54 levels into weapons and 39 into size. This makes his run literally impossible. Well, enough about Savelin. Here's another run Crack Bandit did. If we look at the bottom left, we can confirm it's Crack Bandit shares his screen on Discord. And if you look at the top left, it shows he has 48 million gold. And his chest at the top.
I just realized this isn't actually showing the full screen for y'all. We'll go back.
Krabbies with a magnet. And he's level 40 in XP tome and 30 in difficulty tome. So he has more difficulty and XP across the entire board, plus a magnet, and he's still 40 levels lower. And it's not like he could have possibly power leveled XP and difficulty early, as his legendary item carry was a garbage power glove, and in his monkey run, it was the best early game carry, Soul Cleaver. Not to mention, in the monkey run, he had a combined total of 12 levels into weapons, 14 into projectile tome and 18 into size. But the level 150 run, he had 54 levels into weapons and 39 into size. This makes his run literally impossible. Well, enough about Savelin. Here's another run Ass-Crack Bandit did. If we look at the bottom left, you can confirm it's Ass-Crack Bandit shares his screen on Discord. And if you look at the top left, it shows he has 48 million gold. And his chest at the top right costs 2 million on the tier 2. Tier 2! It's also ignoring how he could possibly have 33 daggers and 4 anvils. But whatever. No real new info on Angel's 2 million run because of how small he cropped his screenshots. Here's Savella backing up my claim. And yeah, that's about all the Discord drama. I know I made 2 videos of this topic, but I don't really care. It also sounds like I'm super salty and butthurt, but whatever. I just did it for fun. So, yeah. Later, y'all.
I mean, it's kind of crazy to go in for fun, you know? Alright. What should we watch next? Actually, I meant to watch this EMP Lemon video that came out on The Sopranos. EMP Lemon, my goat. There's some people who make, like, YouTube, like, video essays just, like, on a tier above other people, you know? Like, no one can do speedrunning content like Summoning Salt. There's plenty of, like... I like Wendigoon for his, like, kind of horror history, cryptid, like, that style stuff. And then EMP Lemon just comes in with, like, a lot of the niche, like, philosophical takes, and I'm excited to see this one.
June 10th, 2007 is a day that most television viewers will never forget. On this particular evening, the greatest show on Earth has finally arrived at the end of the line.
Yep.
The emphatic conclusion to more than 8 years of brilliant storytelling.
I've actually never
By the
seen
end of the
Sopranos
night,
either.
nearly 12 million people will tune in to witness this moment in history, and not a single one is prepared for what happens next.
I've heard it's one of the worst endings in TV, but I feel like
in the
it's
beginning,
fans that
television
say
and
that,
cinema
not
were
critics.
treated as 2 totally separate mediums. For most of the 20th century, movie theaters were the exclusive destination for spectacle. If you wanted to see something epic, you'd have to watch it on the big screen. Conversely, television programming was much more transient. It was designed to be consumed in bite-sized amounts, with far lower budgets and quality control than anything in cinema. Essentially, if a film was a gourmet meal, a TV show was a candy bar.
It's no big deal.
Back then, movies were billed as a premium experience. People paid for the product up front and expected it to meet a certain standard of excellence. TV was pretty much the opposite. As a mostly free product that relied on advertising revenue, the name of the game was mass appeal. It wasn't long before the industry figured out tried and true formulas that would keep general audiences watching. For a show to get on the air, it almost always had to be cheap, innocuous, and derivative. Because of this, television would develop a reputation of pandering to the lowest common denominator. Compared to cinema, it wasn't really respected as a legitimate art form.
Man, fall down.
That's true. The 2000s
For a long
did kind of usher in
time, there were serious
era
doubts as to
of
whether a
TV being
TV
taken
show could ever
seriously.
achieve the same level of depth
This
as
is
the
kinda
greatest
loud, actually.
films. And then along came The Sopranos, which was something else altogether. This is a
Gabagool.
series I've already discussed once before on the channel, but the purpose of today's video is to highlight the extraordinary circumstances around the show, how a bunch of fictional Italians from New Jersey captured the hearts and minds of an entire nation. To truly understand the cultural impact of The Sopranos, we have to turn the clock back 27 years before it first hit the airwaves.
I want you to rest well, and a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what
Just so
you want.
y'all know,
I'm gonna make him
leaving
an
a
offer
like on
again.
this.
In 1972, the Mafia was embedded in the American consciousness through one of the most influential films ever made. Generally speaking, it's extremely uncommon for any creative work to excel in both critical acclaim and mass appeal. The Godfather represented a rare moment when the stars miraculously aligned. It is one of just 10 titles since the 1940s to earn the distinction of the highest-grossing film in history. When you look at the other films on this list, The Godfather stands out as quite the anomaly. You'd think that its dark and tragic nature would have held it back from overwhelming popularity. However, this specific film would benefit greatly from its unique place in time. In the United States, the 1970s were a period of considerable social upheaval, not unlike what we're experiencing today. The decade would be defined by economic turmoil, unpopular foreign wars, and growing distrust in powerful institutions. As public opinion began to sour on corporations and politicians, Americans shifted their fascination towards another group of crooks.
Sounds familiar.
For the longest time, organized crime had been considered a scourge of society. It's hard to imagine how so many good, hardworking people could be made to sympathize with a bunch of violent thugs. However, America has always had a complex relationship with criminality. Many of us like to act lawful when it's convenient, but disorder is sort of baked into our identity. This nation was founded through rebellion. Most of its territory was essentially swindled from the previous owners, and our world-leading economy benefits heavily from the business of ripping people off. Like it or not, America has always had a lawless streak. Sometimes it's insightful to explore that part of ourselves. The Godfather rose to mass appeal by confronting the public with their greatest temptation. American society places so much prestige in wealth and status that how you get there can often feel irrelevant. Is it really worth all the struggle and toil to pull yourself up by the bootstraps? Or would you be better off taking a shortcut to success? This dilemma was undoubtedly faced by nearly every immigrant group who took their chances in the land of opportunity. Newcomers to the United States have always faced an uphill battle. They are often vilified by the established population who would prefer not to give up another piece of the pie. When it feels like the deck is stacked against you, you start searching for ways to level the playing field. Nearly every major diaspora in America has at one point turned to organized crime. The Godfather in particular features the Cosa Nostra, otherwise known as the Italian Mafia. The film takes place during the height of their power after the Second World War. It tells the story of Michael Corleone and his descent into the criminal underworld. While he's introduced as a straight shooter with noble aspirations, he's eventually consumed by wrath and vengeance, taking his father's place at the head of the family business. When it released, The Godfather was embraced as an instant classic. The film was so iconic that it cemented Italian mobsters as the definitive anti-heroes of America, a trope that would be echoed in pop culture for decades to come. By the 1990s, however, the classic mafia genre was starting to grow stale. Audiences had begun to crave something more contemporary. At the same time, a hopeless director is looking for his first big break. His name is David Chase. Growing up in New Jersey, he studied the lives of mobsters from a young age. After a difficult upbringing, he suffered from panic attacks and depressive episodes throughout his adolescence. Decades later, when trying to get his film career off the ground, he conceived...
Hold on. Let that go in the background. Who directed Goodfellas? Oh, that was Martin Scorsese. Okay.
Of a neurotic crime boss who spills his guts out every week in therapy. This premise was initially intended to join the ranks of the great mafia films, but soon enough, Chase makes the peculiar choice to develop the product as a TV series. He shops the idea to various networks, but receives little interest for something so esoteric. Eventually, he finds an unlikely partner in HBO, a cable channel mostly known for movie reruns and pay-per-view boxing. The network had dabbled in original programming, but nothing as ambitious as what Chase had planned. It seemed like an odd fit at the time, but as the world would soon learn, The Sopranos had found its perfect match. HBO's subscription-based revenue model allowed the network to offer far more creative freedom than the rest of the television landscape. With advertisers out of the picture, HBO programming could delve into graphic content that would be unthinkable elsewhere. The absence of commercial breaks removed the time constraints that other shows had to maneuver around, allowing for greater flexibility in storytelling. By 1999, the stage was set for a show unlike any that came before it. Welcome to Tony Soprano's world. It doesn't quite have the same glamour or decadence of The Godfather. On the contrary, Tony finds himself at the helm of a mafia in decline. As he puts it,
lately I'm getting the feeling that I came in at the end.
In a broad sense, Tony resembles Michael Corleone, running the family business that he inherited from his father. But he's older, overweight, and balding. He lives in the suburbs and drives an SUV. He eats a lot of cured meats. Instead of action-packed gunfights, his days are mostly filled with aggravating minutiae, financial affairs, organizational politics, and sidestepping law enforcement. It's not exactly flattering, but for David Chase, it was realistic. The Sopranos was created with an eye for authenticity. Chase designed the stories and characters to match his lived experience. He insisted that every exterior shot was filmed on location in New Jersey. While brainstorming scenarios for episodes, he often had the writing staff pull from real-life anecdotes. At a glance, the cast resembled the island of misfit toys, but each member was carefully selected according to Chase's standards of believability. Without a doubt, the most pivotal part of the casting process came down to the lead role. After dozens of uninspiring candidates, the series eventually found its Tony, a mostly unknown actor by the name of James Gandolfini. In time, their likenesses would become inseparable.
I find I have to be the sad clown, laughing on the outside, crying on the inside.
Tony Soprano was a type of character that had never existed before on television. These days, we're used to morally dubious protagonists headlining our favorite dramas. But back in 1999, there were serious questions over whether the audience would accept the star of the show acting evil. Tony has many admirable qualities.
I've heard he's like the perfect
charming,
psychopath
witty,
character.
and charismatic, but it doesn't take much for his pleasant demeanor to turn sadistic and cruel. The show doesn't sugarcoat things. The hero of our story is a violent murderer. He brutally kills people, and when he does, he's hardly adhering to any sort of noble or sympathetic cause. On the contrary, much of his conquest is driven by nothing more than pride and pettiness. A character like this could have easily alienated the audience, but Tony Soprano was portrayed with a great deal of depth. He represented a significant departure from the established image of a mafia boss. Rather than adhering to some stoic, stylized ideal, Tony's vulnerability is put on full display for everyone to see. What's revealed is a deeply insecure
I will say
man
I do know
who
how the
faces
show
a
ends.
constant internal struggle
I've seen the
between
scene.
right and wrong.
And I
He's being
understand
torn
why
between two
fans
different
were upset at the
worlds
time,
and two
but I
different
think it's fitting.
ideas of masculinity. On one side is the family man, protective, nurturing, and a dependable source of stability. On the other side is the boss, the general who leads his troops into battle, a position that satisfies his lust for power, wealth, and sex. Both of these roles would cease to exist without the other, yet each is at perpetual risk of destroying the other.
Are you in the mafia?
Tony seems to recognize this contradiction, but he can't fully grasp the nature of it. Multiple times throughout the series, he reveals his own idea of manliness.
The kind of man I admire is Gary Cooper, the strong, silent type.
It reinforces the cultural expectation that men are supposed to bite their tongues and coldly do their jobs. That to be strong, you have to distance yourself from any sort of sentimentality. This archetype was pretty much standard for every male action hero of the 20th century, the same image that The Sopranos seeks to deconstruct. Tony is reasonably strong, but he is certainly not silent. He often lets his emotions get the best of him. He suffers from frequent anger outbursts, panic attacks, and fainting spells. Sometimes he gets so depressed that he can't even get out of bed. He cries in front of his therapist. He even gets belittled and humiliated by his elderly mother on a regular basis. These flaws all reek of weakness. They're emasculating, and they challenge Tony's sense of self. But these very same flaws are precisely what make his character compelling. They're what allow a psycho mob boss to be relatable. He may be a killer, but at least he's not cold-blooded. As long as he struggles with some sense of shame, there's still a pathway for his redemption. As presently constructed, Tony is not a good man, but it remains plausible that one day he might be. Of course, esoteric ideas don't amount to much until they're put to the test in the real world. Most far-out concepts fail to connect with people and fall flat on their face. Going in, there was no way to predict whether audiences would care to watch an emotionally fragile mob boss, but as the ratings started rolling in for season 1, HBO soon realized that they had made the right choice. The Sopranos was a hit, and while Tony was certainly the star attraction, nearly every aspect of the product was firing on all cylinders. The show featured cinematic lighting and camera work, a field of expertise that was rarely explored on television. Episodes were given epic runtimes, often approaching the 1-hour mark. The characters were extremely well defined, with complex motivations and long-term arcs spanning multiple seasons. The pacing is gradual and deliberate. Events are given plenty of time to unfold. While the plot is not as explosive as some would prefer, the scenes that do involve violence often escalate to shocking levels. The Sopranos set a new standard in its portrayal of mature and graphic subject matter, introducing the medium of television to unprecedented amounts of profanity, nudity, and brutality. No one had ever seen anything like it, and the ratings continued to soar. People kept tuning in long after the novelty factor had worn off. They were hooked. The Sopranos' first season was already heralded as one of the greatest achievements in all of television, and the series only improved from there. Each new season built upon the momentum of the last. The stakes got higher, the themes got darker. Tony is pushed to new heights in both power and depravity. Soon enough, the series was raking in well over 10 million viewers per episode. The Sopranos had become a cornerstone of pop culture, all while maintaining near unanimous acclaim. By the end of the 5th season, the show would etch its name in history when it was awarded the Primetime Emmy for Outstanding Drama. The victory signaled a watershed moment in television. For more than half a century, the big three networks had maintained a stranglehold over the industry's most coveted prize, and The Sopranos had just broken through the glass ceiling. The show had proven that long-term, complex storytelling could succeed on television. It opened up the floodgates for a new generation of cinematic, serialized dramas. All of a sudden, every network wanted their own Sopranos. They wanted the prestige that it had brought to the industry. David Chase, who less than a decade earlier was struggling to find a job, was now at the helm of the most influential show in the world. And it was here, at the dawn of a new era, that he foresaw the end. If a show gets successful enough, it can conceivably go on forever. When TV executives get their hands on a cash cow, very little is stopping them from milking it until it's bone dry. During this process, a once beloved series can turn into something unrecognizable, a pale imitation that fails to capture the essence of what made it great in the first place. After 5 magnificent seasons, The Sopranos had reached the mountaintop. It could have kept going, far into the future, but David Chase sensed that the time was right to finish the story. His magnum opus would be laid to rest how he saw fit. However, concluding the most ambitious show on television would be no easy task. The series would be under tremendous pressure to deliver a worthwhile payoff to years of storytelling. Their entire reputation was at stake. When The Sopranos went off the air for the final time, the lasting impression had to be special. After season 5, the show would enter a year-long hiatus, eventually returning in March of 2006. The 6th season would be released as a double feature with 21 episodes in total, amounting to 1/4 of the runtime for the overall series. The story turns profoundly dark, and the characters are pushed to their philosophical limits. Any optimism that once existed over whether our troubled hero can change his ways has been replaced with a morbid curiosity of seeing just how far he can unravel. In this season, Tony's moral fiber is put to the ultimate test, and when fate offers him one final olive branch to save his soul, he firmly and unequivocally rejects it. The audience is then left with a sullen acceptance that the guy they've been rooting for all along is more monster than man. The final season is filled with an overwhelming amount of dread. Despite all he's sacrificed, the walls are closing in on Tony's whole operation, and when the going gets tough, his true colors start to reveal themselves. The pattern of behavior that's been lurking throughout the series now becomes clear. At every opportunity, Tony is only really interested in his own self-preservation. Everybody else is expendable. The Mafia supposedly distinguishes itself from ordinary criminals by upholding certain ideals of honor and brotherhood. But in the 21st century, when everyone is driven by greed and lust, these principles are merely an illusion left over from a bygone era. Tony may have the wealth and power to match the godfathers of the past, but at his core, he's just another thug. As the end draws near, you get the sense that Tony is headed towards some sort of ultimate judgment. He has made too many enemies. Rival gangs and federal agents are all gunning for him. There's a rising tension centered around just when the other shoe is going to drop. The Soprano crime family then finds itself in an all-out war. The violence rages all the way into the grand finale of the series, Season 6, Episode 21, Made in America. After sustaining heavy casualties, Tony's battalion is on its last legs. But just before the bloodshed reaches him, the two parties manage to defuse the conflict. The last of the threats are dealt with, and Tony has once again eluded his reckoning. There is little triumph to be found in this victory. When the dust settles, the Soprano crew has been rendered almost unrecognizable. Out of the iconic band of brothers we've gotten to know throughout the story, hardly any are left standing. Tony remains rattled and paranoid, still suspecting that the worst is yet to come. In the end, he sits alone, at an unsuspecting diner. He is joined by his true family, the select few people for whom this was all supposed to have been worth it. Thus far, Tony has spent most of the series in a fractured, estranged relationship with each of them, but today there's a rare moment of peace. Saccharine music starts to play over the scene. It seems like the story's wrapping up on a high note, but something feels off. The tension that's lingered throughout the season hasn't really gone away. Tony is visibly distracted. He keeps scanning the restaurant as if he's looking for someone. The framing and editing of the scene are unusual. The camera keeps cutting between seemingly insignificant details. By now, any longtime viewer of the show is starting to feel uneasy. Your intuition is screaming at you that something is about to happen. As the scene drags on, the suspense keeps building. You start to wonder what it's all leading up to, how this could possibly play out. A bunch of scenarios begin racing through your mind. It's all come down to this, a moment that feels like everything, and then, nothing. At first, most of the viewing audience figured that there must have been some kind of mistake. Surely their signal cut out or their television set was malfunctioning at the worst possible time. But when the credits started rolling, all that confusion turned to disbelief. The Sopranos had just ended with 10 seconds of a silent black screen.
You don't think that should be just like a giant middle finger to them?
Well, at least it didn't end like The Sopranos, where it just cut to black in mid-sentence.
The reception was polarizing, to say the least. Lots of viewers felt cheated, and it's hard to blame them. In the immediate aftermath, you had to wonder whether David Chase's hubris had turned to pure stupidity. When people were presented with the idea of a Sopranos finale, they were anticipating something grandiose. They wanted high stakes and heart-wrenching drama. Compared to the expectations, the true ending must have felt downright anticlimactic. I mean, really, an abrupt cut to black? That's what they came up with to conclude what was supposed to be the greatest show in history? There was nothing conclusive about it, but maybe that was the whole point. Because even in the midst of all the shock and outrage, there was still a part of the audience who knew right then and there that what they had witnessed was brilliant. They just couldn't yet explain why. For David Chase, that simple cut to black was merely the final step of a monumental undertaking. While conceiving the final scene, he considered numerous possibilities. A more by-the-books option would have involved Tony retracing his steps from the intro sequence to the show, driving up the New Jersey Turnpike to confront the crime bosses of New York City. However, Chase ended up deciding on something far more enigmatic, a scenario that no one could have possibly predicted. The plan was then sworn to absolute secrecy. Practically the entire cast and crew were kept in the dark. Chase went so far as to distribute falsified scripts which omitted or replaced the true ending. When they eventually filmed the diner scene, no one involved suspected that it had any significance. All this subterfuge was meant to serve a specific purpose, preserving the maximum impact of that final shot. By the end of production, only Chase and a lone editor knew the ultimate outcome of the series. The rest of the world would have to wait and see. There's comfort to be found in a smooth resolution, but The Sopranos was never a comfortable show, and David Chase understood this better than anyone else. He recognized that the lasting impression of the series had to be unsettling and cryptic. This decision sought to achieve two separate objectives. The first was to keep the show in the public memory long after it went off the air. The second was to make people revisit the prior 85 episodes in search of answers. Perhaps he gazed far into the new era of television that he helped usher in, to a future where years of storytelling could be experienced in a matter of days, where the smallest design choices could be broken down and analyzed ad nauseum by people with too much time on their hands. In his final act of clairvoyance, David Chase left the rest of us with a puzzle, knowing it would make his magnum opus live forever. More than 18 years later, and we're still trying to solve it. Over all this time, numerous theories have come and gone over what really happened, and nearly all of them fall within two different schools of thought. The first and most plausible theory states that the cut to black represents the death of Tony Soprano. Death is one of the strongest motifs in the series. Tony spends the whole plot surrounded by it. The big question that looms over the story is when all that death is gonna catch up to him. What if the final moments of the series are simultaneously Tony's final moments? What if some loose end that Tony forgot about went into that diner and assassinated him? There would have been no shortage of motive for it. Tony has made so many enemies throughout the show that it's hard to keep track of them all. Plenty of guys, including people in his own crew, could have pulled the trigger. And while there are numerous theories as to who was ultimately responsible, the prime suspect has to be this individual, credited as the man in the members-only jacket. His official cast listing is oddly specific. While the other background characters are described with general labels such as old man or truck driver, this particular gentleman is defined by a rather precise detail of his outfit. Of course, the phrase members only is a pretty clear allusion to organized crime.
Look at this guy. Members only? How long you been wearing that?
His general appearance and demeanor are suspicious, and the scene also draws far more attention to him than any other extra. These clues seem to indicate that he is a noteworthy individual, but perhaps the strongest clue can be found, oddly enough, in The Godfather. The series makes several references to the film, but one scene is explicitly mentioned as Tony's favorite. The part where Michael Corleone retrieves a hidden gun from the bathroom and ambushes his enemies in a restaurant.
Because every time we watch Godfather, when Michael Corleone shoots those guys in the restaurant, you sit there with your fucking bowl of ice cream and you say it's your favorite scene of all time.
As it turns out, the last we see of the members-only guy is a shot of him entering the bathroom. If the Godfather scene is meant to be interpreted as a prophecy, then Tony's demise must come shortly after. Based on the evidence laid out in the show, this is certainly a compelling explanation.
I mean, yeah, our line of work, it's always out there. You probably don't even hear it when it happens.
However, when it comes to the finale, there are those who subscribe to the opposite theory, that the end of The Sopranos is all about survival. This perspective is primarily inspired by the specific song that plays out the final scene, Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, a sentimental tune that, at face value, feels out of place for such a defining moment of the show. Its inclusion was a bizarre choice, one that seemingly contradicts the somber tone of the entire rest of the episode. The juxtaposition is so powerful that it almost feels like the song is mocking the scene itself. There's a particular line in Don't Stop Believin' that stands out in the context of the show. It mentions how the movie never ends. It goes on and on and on and on. The entire finale is undercut by a theme of stagnation. There is no great moment of catharsis that inspires everyone to turn over a new leaf. Rather, it appears that after all the bloodshed and toil, everything's just going back to business as usual. By the end of the series, Tony shows a disturbing lack of progression. All of the years of therapy and soul-searching seem to have had no effect. If anything, he only used these things to become a better criminal. In the end, he got exactly what he wanted. The depression and panic attacks have stopped altogether. He's finally free to live life unencumbered. Instead of grappling with any sense of morality, he learned to abandon it. The movie never ends. We're just forced to stop watching. Tony will continue to survive and probably thrive at the expense of everyone around him. The cut to black doesn't represent the end of Tony, but rather the end state of Tony. He has reached the point of no return. The moment the show ends is the moment Tony finally drifts beyond salvation. He has accepted the total corruption of his spirit and will spend the rest of his days wandering the hell that he created. This interpretation is quite abstract. It challenges you to consider what the show represents rather than what it literally depicts. Plenty of people have weighed in about what the whole thing means, but at the end of the day, it's all a bunch of conjecture. Whether you believe Tony's alive or dead, there's only one man who knows the true answer to that question. Over the years, David Chase has been badgered relentlessly about what really happened. For a while, he understandably played it coy when it came to offering any definitive answers. But in 2024, in the official Sopranos documentary,
it must be awesome,
he did divulge one unique piece of insight. While working on the finale, he thought of a technique used at the end of 2001: A Space Odyssey, a visual device where a character's point of view sets the framing for the subsequent shot. This simple method produces quite an ominous effect, where it feels like a character is staring into their own destiny. Chase would go on to use this exact setup numerous times in the final episode, where Tony seemingly enters his own perspective. With that in mind, you have to question whether it was intended to carry over to the final shot, where Tony's POV turns black. This would make the death theory a lot more likely, but just as David was going to tell us more about it,
the truth is,
well, he did it again.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Perhaps the question should not be whether Tony is dead, but if he deserves to be. To answer this, we have to venture far beyond the purview of the show itself. The end of The Sopranos produced a unique real-world effect for those who watched it live. When the screen cut to black, millions of people were left staring at their own reflection. Before we can cast judgment on Tony Soprano, we have to consider who created him. For as much as we vilify the Mafia, they are in many aspects just a mirror image of the society that surrounds them. Many Americans who tuned in to The Sopranos had come to view Tony as their own alter ego. For the average Joe confined to suburban life, he represented an escapist power fantasy. They envisioned themselves as the man with limitless wealth, who could spend all day sleeping with beautiful women, the man who was respected by his peers and feared by those who actually knew him. Tony's status had become an object of desire. Watching him antagonize others was a guilty pleasure. But when the time came to ultimately judge Tony for his sins, a lot of us were left with an unsettling dilemma. If we covet this much of Tony's lifestyle, just how close are we to becoming him? What if Tony's pathologies are not caused by the mafia and are instead the product of American society?
Lately, I'm getting the feeling that I came in at the end. The best is over.
When I wrote the beginning of the pilot, what I was talking about was America. I just had sense that things were really going downhill. The comic part of it for me was that Americans had gotten so materialistic and so selfish that it made a mob boss sick.
But you know, the heyday, you know, the golden age, or whatever of the mob, that's gone, and that's never coming back.
In the past 50 years, the influence of the mafia has declined considerably in the United States. This trend has been attributed to a variety of factors, mainly increasing federal crackdowns and modern racketeering laws that attack criminal organizations on a structural level. However, I believe there is a more implicit reason for why the mafia feels so much less relevant today. They were never truly conquered. They were just replaced by other institutions in American life. The mafia used to stand out in its propensity to lie, cheat, and steal, but in modern America, these things are hardly unique. You could say that the spirit of the mob has seeped into nearly everything else in this country. Politics, economics, healthcare, and even the attitudes of the general public. As the American dream
It's not enough that I
for
should
more and more
succeed.
people,
Others
everyone's
should
getting
fail.
tired of playing fair.
That is crazy.
Maybe this can help explain our newfound cultural obsession with the anti-hero, and why characters like this keep showing up in popular fiction. Life in the 21st century has
Just hit
twisted the very
900,000
idea
kills,
of
by the way.
heroics. Most of the hallowed institutions that previous
As far as
generations
levels
have
go,
looked
this is the
towards
highest
for
level
moral
I've ever
guidance
achieved.
have since been exposed
We're on
as
track to
fraudulent
reach the
and
highest
corrupt.
amount of kills,
And if
too.
our heroes can no longer be trusted, the so-called bad guys all of a sudden start to look much more appealing. If the most illustrious people in society cannot practice virtue, then why should anyone else? The truth is that in modern America, people aren't sure anymore whether the wicked are truly punished. Maybe that's what makes the end of The Sopranos so unnerving. We turn to fiction for decisive answers to abstract problems. The story is supposed to deliver us to a point of finality. Either the hero succeeds or he fails. Either he lives or he dies. We can't be expected to figure it all out for ourselves.
I just played through
That
GTA
just
5
takes us
story
back to
like a
square
month ago,
one.
and it was so
but
good.
What if that was all by design?
I mean,
to create
again,
a
I've
moment
played
so
through it before,
jarring
but,
that it
like,
allows the greatest
I
questions
just
of the
love the
show
game.
to break out of their physical
I can't wait
medium
for
and
GTA
leap
6,
into
but
reality.
that's most
It
people, I
invites
think.
us to search
Most
for the
people are
answer
excited
in
for
our
that.
world. Perhaps The Sopranos was always meant to be more than a story.
It is Wednesday night, and the big story on Action News tonight is the death of James Gandolfini.
Oh yeah, I
On
forgot.
June 19th, 2013, James Gandolfini dropped dead from a heart attack. He was only 51 years old. In a haunting echo from the past, no one had any idea what was coming. It was all business as usual, and then he was gone. When Jim departed, so too did any ideas of a possible Sopranos revival. No one in good conscience would dare to continue the story without Tony. What's done is done, and the end of The Sopranos will remain locked inside of Schrodinger's box forever. The cut to black is the simplest trick in editing. Anyone can leave 10 seconds of blank space on the timeline, but it takes a true master to know precisely when to use it. If you do things just right, you can turn nothing into everything. In many ways, this single moment has transcended the legacy of the show itself. I must confess that I was too young to watch the finale when it aired, so I personally missed out on what was quite possibly the most shocking moment in the history of scripted television. But as I got older, I kept hearing people bring it up. This went on long after the show was off the air. People never stopped being obsessed with it. For the longest time, the only thing I knew about The Sopranos was how it ended. The show was spoiled before I ever saw a single episode, but rather than ruin the experience,
Same with
it
me.
only pulled me in further. I had to see what all the hype was about, and what I found was one of the single greatest works of American fiction. Sometimes the purpose of the destination is to lure you into the journey. I guess you could say I came in at the end, but the best was yet to come.
That's why we like EMP Lemon. That's why we like Emperor Lemon. The top comment. I still like the theory that the cut to black symbolizes him having a massive coronary after eating half an order of onion rings before anyone else even got to the table. Oh, that's funny. Alright. What are we gonna watch now? We have 15 minutes left. Oh, that's me. Who's this? Quento. We'll see what this is.
What up? What up? What up? Swentocracy, motherfucking
Swento.
Please. We are back. We are not back. We are doing something a bit different. We are doing a mega bonk tier list. A tier list of all of the characters.
Does he not have all the characters unlocked? Is that why they're blacked out?
And how I think this. Okay, hold on. Let me just take a pause here. Disclaimer. This is my opinion. Personal opinion. Personal opinion. So, if you have any concerns, questions, or ideas or opinions about if a character should be moved somewhere else, please let me know down in the comments.
Yep.
And we will have a good, nice chat. But again, this is my tier list, my opinion. We're going to be doing two tier list videos.
By your opinions.
One for casual play, and one for more of like end game runs, stronger runs, and how those characters change and how those characters fit. Now, I have a feeling you are looking at the tier list and seeing 5 blacked out characters. 5. There are 5 characters I currently have not unlocked, and I will be not sharing my opinion on them. Due to the fact that I don't have an opinion because I've never played them. I haven't done a single run on any of them. I haven't unlocked them yet. I will not be sharing my opinion on them. Everybody else I have done either 10 or more runs on, so I have a vague idea of what is good, what goes well with them, what doesn't. Now, I am currently actually streaming me trying to get these characters and get good runs. If you want to see me try to do good runs, please feel free. Description is my Twitch will be in the description. Please feel free. Stop by, say hi, and just be chill.
If you're interested in that, chat.
Without further ado,
Swento.
let's get into it, dude. Now we're starting off with the OGs. Now these are in also.
It's just another Joe's Dagger.
These are all in order of top to bottom in the game. So that's the
17
order.
subs. Go
Now
give him
we're
a sub.
starting off with the OG box. We're just gonna put them in B tier for now.
You got time. This run ain't going anywhere.
Box for a casual run. You know, you're not trying to break any records, not trying to get on them boards. I think is an A tier. I think his passive ability could be very good and be very helpful. But that's also why he's in A tier. If his passive was a bit different or better, he would be in an S tier. But his passive doesn't really allow him to scale into anything that will help him damage-wise, or attack speed-wise, or really anything other than just luck. And granted, luck is a very important stat in the game, especially for
Don't sleep
more
on luck.
longevity runs. That's why I feel comfortable putting Fox in A tier. He's a good starter character. He's a strong starter character. The fire staff, pretty good.
I agree.
Not too terrible. I think he's an A tier. Now, on to Sir Ufi.
D
Now,
tier. Send him.
I really dislike the
Send
sword.
him.
I dislike the sword weapon a great amount, mainly for its
Send him.
very, very weak early game.
D
Its
tier.
early game is super, super weak, not strong. It's
C
really
tier is the
hard
highest I'll even
to
accept.
do damage, get EXP, get clearing, especially wave clear if you don't have the right tomes or the right upgrades for it. It's very difficult. Also having the knockback.
We're only 40k
Granted, the
away
knockback
from a
is
million
good
kills.
And sometimes, but the knockback is also a
How do I not
big
die when doing the
detriment.
bandit build?
It is really
Why
hard.
don't you use Flame Waker? I've done a Flame Walker
you know,
build
clear,
on my channel.
clear bosses, because
I
sometimes
just
you'll
did
just knock the
Lightning
boss off
Staff
the map
because I
and
wanted
then
to
it's
try
rough.
it. And
Also,
so far,
doing the challenge
I mean,
the challenge totems. That's hard
can
because
see
there's a good
it's going
chance you're going to
fine.
knock all of them off the map.
that
is why
we're just watching some
Sir
YouTube
Ufi
while the
is
timer
going
ticks
in
up.
C tier.
How do I not die when doing the bandit
terrible.
build? I died
enjoy
plenty at the
his
beginning of the
drip.
stream.
I
You just
think
kind of
the
have to
night
play
drip
enough.
goes fucking
Once you get a good run
crazy,
going, it's actually
trippy as
pretty hard
fuck.
to die. It's
But
just a
I
matter
also-
of
I also
playing
do
cautiously.
like his passive
Don't
ability
greed
of
swarms, don't greed
gaining
tridents if you
1%
can.
armor per level. I think that could be pretty good.
Spec into your
Not
XP
like-
tome
not
and katana
A or
early
S
if you
tier good,
can.
but
And then,
C, B tier kind of okay. You
yeah,
know, not terrible,
from there it's
but
just
also not
doing curse
something
tomes
to write
once
home
you're
about.
one-hitting all the enemies, like the
Else, yeah.
regular enemies. Then you can start putting levels in your curse
Get the
tome
fucking
until
boner
you're
just
not
looking at
one-hitting them
him.
anymore. Then hit your weapons
Calcium,
again.
I think, is a strong A tier. Honestly,
I'm going B with Calcium
strong
personally.
A tier. You know, like I can see the debate of putting him in A and S tier. I can see the debate because he's very, very strong. He's very potent, very, very good. His weapon, the bone, super, super good. I really enjoy using it. It's really good for like wave clear. It's really good for just raw, not really raw damage, but I think it's really good for wave clear. I think like being able to have the projectile bouncing, have extra projectiles. It's really, really good for those waves. It's really strong. I think his passive is extremely, extremely strong if you build into it. You know, your damage dictating how fast you go could really, 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 you know, be good. But it's also, I feel like it's going to be a bit hard to do like those AFKs, like the AFK farming. You just kind of like, you do like those long, really long, like leaderboard runs. Where you're just kind of sitting still in the middle.
3,000% luck.
I feel like his passive isn't as good for that. It's really not as usable and useful in those situations, but still, very still strong, very strong A tier. I can see a debate for S tier. Personally, in my heart, I think he's an A. Moving on to Mega Chad. Now, Mega Chad is he's a special character. Starting with the like, Aura is kind of its own weapon. It's very much its own due to the fact that it's kind of dots. It's damage over time. Dots. I don't know if you didn't know what dots means. Dots means damage over time. It's not just raw damage, it's damage over time because you're sitting there and the thing goes ding,
Chad
ding,
using
ding,
slang.
ding.
Calc is short for calculator.
Now, depending on how you build Mega Chad, your runs can go in.
Chad just using slang.
There's really, honestly, there's really one way to build him, and that is kind of like, you know, AFK, you know, with certain items, with certain tomes, certain weapons, you just sit there AFK and you just farm. I think Mega Chad is going to go into a good B tier. I really don't like his passive flex.
Hey, honey.
In my mind, it's a good passive. I just think the devs need to add a marker or a sound cue or an indicator for when flex is up, because it's hard to, you know, either count or keep track of it while you're focused on other things, like where you are on the map, focus on the time, focusing on your character, where you're moving, doing all that stuff, focusing on thinking about your tomes, your weapons, stuff like that, and trying to make progression. I feel like counting just adds another thing to do, and I think they should add like either a sound cue or a visual indicator of when it's back up, and then I think he can go up a little bit higher because then it's easier to get value out of it. For now, I think he's a good B tier. We're trucking along. Ogre, I think has like, if we were just going off of passives, I think Ogre's passive is easy S tier. Getting Rod just like, if you have an EXP tome, you're gonna be getting a lot of levels, and his passive being he gets percent strength, like strength per level, can really just put you through the fucking moon, dude. Put you through the moon. I've been playing this game for at least 2 weeks, and I have been through at least 3 or 4 leaderboards. Ogre, I swear to God, Ogre has been on those leaderboards almost every time, at least in the top 10. Top 10, top 11, he's been in there. Honestly, like, he like, axes are kind of shit. I personally dislike the axes because I don't like that the projectiles don't really move that far. I think he's actually a strong A tier. I think he's a good, strong A tier. I just think his passive is so fucking strong, and there's so much you can do with his passive that I think that carries him up a couple of tiers. Axes are kind of mid. He also, personally, to me, he feels like the slowest character in the game for some fucking reason. I don't. We're clanking along. The clank. Ooh. Now, Clank is one of my personal favorite characters. It's a 3-way tie with Bandit, Monkey, and Clank are my 3, like, fucking, you know, standout favorite characters. But I think Clank is going to go into C tier. I think Clank goes into C tier. I really do personally like Clank. I just don't think Clank is that strong. Like, he's strong. Like, okay. Let me try to say this in not an idiotic way. He's strong, but, you know, I feel like having 50 shield, 50 health, in my mind, is a detriment because I feel like it's hard to work around it. I feel like having, I'd rather just have the 100 health than 50-50.
I'm gonna let this.
I know your shield regens back.
And I'll be back in a few minutes.
But
I mean, there's nothing else to do in the run.
I just personally don't think it's good. I understand why they do it because it's a robot shield, makes sense. I also think the revolvers are really strong.
These up real quick.
Could be potentially really good. Up there with Bone, in my opinion. Up there with Bone. I just don't think he's as strong as I don't think he's as strong as I think he is. I think he's weaker than. I feel like looking at the roster right now, I think he's weaker than the guys above. Athena. May the gods bless my fucking soul for where I'm about to put her. D tier. E tier. I think her gimmick is good and funny and cool. Of like, you start with the shield, and you scale up thorns per level. So because you're kind of like your idea is to just bump into shit, and you're doing damage to thorns. I just really don't think it's good. I know it's for casual, but I really just don't think it's worth your time. I think you'll have more fun on, honestly, pretty much the whole roster. You'll have a lot more fun playing it. It's a very sluggish, slow play style, slow character. And it just doesn't really promote the fast nature of the game because you have to stop, bump into shit, bump into shit, bump into shit. Now, I have seen a couple of Athenas on leaderboards once or twice. I don't know what they were building. I would love to have seen streams or recordings so I can see what they're building, and maybe I might try it out, change my opinion. But I think she's probably the best. Robinette, I think, is going to go into. I think A tier. I feel like my heart is telling me A tier. Robinette could be really strong if you just do. Robinette, honestly, is one of those characters where it's like, your skill kind of dictates how well you do it, because she scales off of money. Like she scales off of money, having a lot of money, because the more money you have, the more damage you have. So that I feel like is where the skill and the skill expression comes in, is balancing how much money you are willing to spend, hold, so on and so forth. I think she could be really, really strong for an endless run due to the fact that you're kind of just infinitely gaining money, so you're just infinitely scaling damage. It's a crazy thing, and I feel like it's strong. We are climbing along to our next character, Monkey. We get a quick round of applause for our fucking first S tier. Monkey is the GOAT. I don't care. Monkey is the best. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
All right, where are we at?
But I'm kidding.
We're somewhere.
I think he's a B tier. I think he's a B tier. I think his bananas are fun to play around. Shout out Summit 1G and his banana build, where he had a quick crash out on how he couldn't see his character due to the fact that there were so many bananas and they were so large on screen, which was hilarious. I think Monkey is good though. I really, really enjoy his passive. I enjoy his jump. I feel like his jump feels great. I feel like I'm gaining so much momentum. hopping around. I feel like I can keep my momentum. It feels great. And it feels awesome. Bananas in my heart are not that good. Like, they could be good. You can do a lot with them. I think every weapon on the board, I think every weapon in the game
is insane. Wait,
has
let me
extremely
review this
good.
real quick. Ogre on A tier is crazy, first of all. Get Ogre and Calcium out of here. Put Mega Chad and Monkey on A tier. Put Robinette on S tier. Put Clank on A tier.
Cool potential, strong potential. I think everything.
We're going
is
on a straight coolness factor. Yeah, Mr.
But I just
Bones
think
is
in my
S tier.
heart, Monkey altogether is a B tier for a casual run. I think he's worth playing. I think he's having a whole bunch of fun.
He's crazy
and I think
casual.
he's
What do you mean?
well, just good. Tony McZoom. Tony
Put him in
McZoom is a
C tier.
weird one. He's similar to Calcium, where that he has like a skateboard, but him is a hoverboard, and he gets a good movement out of it. Tony McZoom has caused a lot of bugs and glitches with being able to just gain momentum. So is Calcium. They both caused a lot of problems for the dev, and the fact that they're able to gain so much momentum and just be gone out of the map instantly on the slightest hill. I think Tony McZoom's weapon is good. I like the wireless daggers. I think, again, with bone and revolvers, the projectile bouncing feels really nice. It feels really strong. It feels really good for doing those wave clears. You get caught in a corner, they'll create an opening for you. I think they're great. I think Tony McZoom is just a C tier. I don't really like his passive. I think his passive's kind of useless. Like, not useless, but just not as useful as I thought it would be. I kind of hoped it would be more useful, but that's all I can really say. But
We'll finish that in a minute. We're getting to the end of the run here, so we're gonna tune in. We're gonna bear witness to the flashing lights for, the next 5-6 minutes. All our Zalvarudos run out. We're starting to get infinite health ghosts spawning in now, so I'm getting hit. Yep, there they are. There's almost no real point in trying to fight them. Yep, instantly hit. Off the map. Alright, now we're stuck in the corner. So we can spare our eyes a little bit, I think. We're getting close to my record for kills. I'm not sure if we've already broken it or not, but I know 1,060,000 is record for me. Look at the level, 2222. That's pretty cool. And just so we can check, our damage, as you can see here, it's at least 2 million X. That's not a dot, that's a comma on the right there. So it's at least 2 million X. Our luck is almost 3,400%. Our attack speed's about 2,500%. Huge amount of HP regen. Just got 2 more levels. We have 19 more Zalarudos to go. Alright, well that's officially my PB for both kills and levels, so this will be uploaded. It was a good stream actually. I got some decent clips. Be uploading those. Not even photosensitive, but these flashes are going crazy. Yeah. Now this isn't even with the Flame Walker. This is the Dexecutioner doing those, so imagine another weapon layered on top of all this madness doing this too. And that was the original build. Yeah, see these ghosts over here, this pile of them? I can't kill them. They have nan-imp health. They have infinite health. So I'm just sitting here executing them over and over again, hitting billions of damage on them, and nothing's happening to them. I can't do anything to them. They actually have, I just hit, did you see that? I hit 1 trillion per hit just then. I like mega critted 1 trillion per hit. Okay, we have an item over here. Maybe it's another Zalarudo. That'll do it. Alright, after this run though, I am going to be probably hopping off. I don't think I want to try for another 3-hour long run. Still 12 more Zalarudos to do too. Our base hits are in the billions. Like we just did a base hit of 2 billion, 300 million. It's funny how much damage, or like difference in damage the different weapons do. Okay, I gotta hope one of them hits me out of this clump. Nice. Bro, I'm at 3,400% luck. I'm at 3,400% luck. Why am I getting common items? Oh, 8 more. 8 more. I really didn't think this run was going to get to this point. It took me so long to find just my first Joe's Dagger, where I got the, I'm pretty sure I got the Anvil, Zalarudo, and the Magnet in T1. Alright. Dog's sitting under my legs. Oh my god, the frame rate. Holy. Another dagger. That'll do it. Why can't we just outscale, guys? Why can't we just outscale damage? Have we just tried outscaling damage? I'm hitting trillions on these motherfuckers. And they're still not dead. They're all still alive. I haven't killed one of them. All these... The numbers going up on kills so slow up there. Those are just the outlier little ones on the outside. Oh my god, it's right there. Please let me out. Did they glitch me in between two rocks? Oh, I think it's over. I got one more Zeldarudo left. I can maybe get to that. Yeah, I can't get to that. Alright, this is it, chat. Looking like we're not reaching 1.1 million, but we're very close. Alright. Sending it off. Maybe a skill issue? Could be. Infinity from the Cursed Doll. I don't know the difference between QI and Q. Is that like quintillion quinfinity? I don't know. Curse Grabby's putting in a lot of work. The Mirror putting in a lot of work. Mostly I think at the end there. Katana putting in a crazy amount of work. Yeah, I know. RIP PC. I just built this PC. Let's see what my see what my GPU is looking like here for... No, it's not overheating or anything. About 40 degrees each. We got the Executioner to hit again so high that it doesn't register a number, as I learned from the comments in my last one. Now, Joe's dagger, it's funny because it says it, you know, it did a lot of damage, but it's like, shouldn't it... I thought damage didn't matter. What was Joe's dagger doing? No, the execute does damage, but it doesn't... It's like as long as it hits a 1 on the boss and it rolls to execute, it's going to execute it. And with so many on-hit effects with this attack speed of Bandit, you're essentially going to always execute a boss or a monster. And look at that, we got another almost 4,000 silver stimulus from that run. Alright. Well, no leaderboards, unfortunately. Not even my friend's leaderboard. That's insane. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. If you want, I'm going to post this run on the YouTube later on. I'm going to make a video out of it. Probably just trim down the VOD a little bit. But, yeah, I got some cool, probably YouTube shorts. I got some clips that came out of this one that I'm going to take and probably do some YouTube shorts, start doing some of those. I posted a video today that's like an intro to Megabonk video. So if you're new, want to play, I mean, that didn't seem very exciting, but that's also the culmination of a 3-hour run. So if you've played a roguelike before that goes endless, when you get to multi-hour long runs, it becomes just kind of farming. There's not much upgrades left to get. So, you know, if you're interested in that style of gameplay or interested in the beginning of the run, I'll post on YouTube, or you can check out my other videos. If you're new around here, please leave a follow. Appreciate it. Let's see. We got Arudo, Unlucky GGs, and Stott as followers today. Thank you very much. And if you're on YouTube, I'm streaming on Twitch as well. If you're on Twitch, I'm streaming on YouTube as well. My YouTube is Dave Room. Go watch your beginner's guide. Have a good one. Sounds good.